For 3 long years, our girl has been trapped in a loveless marriage. She believed her warmth could melt even the coldest heart. But her husband wasn't just cold, he was a human iceberg. The only time he contacts her, to send money and demand she come to the hospital. He's been using our poor heroine as a personal blood bank for his mistress. All those nights she waited for him, hoping for a shred of affection. It was all a lie, confirmed by a savage text from the other woman, rubbing her face in it. Her entire marriage has been a joke. But you can only push a girl so far. With an icy calm, she makes a decision that will change everything. She remembers a promise she made long ago. If he didn't love her in 3 years, she would leave. Well, time's up. Henceforth, the timid wife is gone. It's time to abuse the scumbag. She's going to serve a 5-star slap to that green tea mistress. And as for her trash ex-husband, she'll make it rain his own blood money right back in his face. Our girl is taking her life back. Years later, reporters are scrambling to interview the powerful President Sue. They ask why she ended her marriage. She just gives them a smirk that could kill. Because I had to go home to inherit billions and become the richest woman in the world. And she never, ever looked back. Her phone buzzes with a notification. It's from her dear husband, demanding she come to the hospital immediately. Our poor girl is already sick, coughing her lungs out as she gets up. He follows up with a text telling her to come donate blood, as if she's just a walking blood bag. After 3 years of marriage, this is the only reason he ever contacts her. She's already donated blood 3 times this month, and her body is at its limit. Just yesterday, she stood in the rain waiting for him, catching a fever he clearly doesn't care about. Then another message pops up. It's a picture of him sleeping peacefully with another woman. The text is brutal, calling her a shameless, interloping mistress. As if on cue, her mother-in-law calls, demanding she come cook because the maids are off. Our girl has had enough and just hangs up. She's reached her breaking point. She gave up everything for this marriage, only to be treated like dirt by his entire family. This photo has completely shattered what little self-esteem she had left. She types out 2 simple words, "Let's divorce." And just like that, her husband calls, asking what fuss she's making now. He immediately asks for her price, desperate to get blood for the other one. But our girl is done playing games. Meet me at the Civil Affairs Bureau in an hour or she'll die. Mic drop. He sends her more money, but she just laughs it off. At the office, he has the audacity to ask what she's dissatisfied with. She tells him plainly, "Let's divorce," and he scoffs, warning her not to regret it. The papers are signed and the divorce certificates are issued. She snatches hers without a second thought. Her only regret, she tells him, was marrying him in the first place. She refuses to go to the hospital, declaring she won't waste another drop of blood on that woman. He dares to remind her it was a condition of their marriage. She finally accepts she was nothing but a mobile blood bank. But she's going to the hospital one last time to settle the score for good. We cut to the hospital where a nurse is tending to the mistress, Kyo Wan-ru. The snake says she's feeling much better, thank you. Just then the door swings open and our girl storms in. The mistress immediately starts her fake apology tour, but our girl cuts right to the chase, asking about the photo. And then bam, a savage slap echoes through the room. Her ex-husband bursts in, demanding to know what she's doing. The mistress starts crying, playing the victim. But our heroine isn't falling for it. She whips out a photo and her ex's face goes pale. With a final shove, she sends the mistress flying. He holds up a note, claiming it's a photo taken while she was sleeping. But then he hands it to the other woman, calling her the mistress who destroys families. Our girl stares in absolute shock, while the mistress looks satisfied. The mistress immediately starts her act, grabbing his arm. She claims our heroine Sunan must have framed her. Crying crocodile tears, she asks if Sunan's blood donation ruined their relationship. She swears on a dead comrade's name that she's innocent. But he just frowns, asking if she's okay and needs a doctor. He gently tries to check on her, but she insists she's fine. That's when our girl lets out a savage sneer. "Is that why you're getting a divorce?" He completely dodges the question. "Forget it, let's donate blood first." He actually says the mistress's health is more important than explaining himself. And the mistress looks so smug, thinking she's won. But Sunan isn't done. She turns to the doctor. "Are you sure she needs a blood transfusion?" The doctor stammers nervously. The mistress shoots him a secret wink. "Oh, it's a whole conspiracy." The doctor quickly lies, saying she lost a lot of blood from a fall. The husband just tells them to get on with it. The mistress smirks, her plan going perfectly. "Wait a minute," our girl shouts, stopping everyone in their tracks. The room goes silent. In a move of pure chaotic energy, she rips the blanket off the bed. She yanks up the mistress's pant leg, exposing the wound. The mistress panics, screaming, "What are you doing?" Sunan points to the pathetic little scratch. "It's so serious, it's not even bleeding." She adds that it would have healed if she'd been any later. The absolute burn. The mistress tries to play the victim, claiming she's weak, but our girl just smiles. "You're very delicate, maybe he should marry another fool to be your mobile blood bank." And with that final mic drop, she turns and walks out of the room like a queen. She leaves the 2 of them standing there completely stunned. Our poor heroine slumps down in the hallway, looking so wronged and exhausted. Her eyes fill with tears. She takes out her phone. Elder brother, she says, her voice trembling, I'll pick you up. 15 minutes later, a pair of expensive shoes stops in front of her. A handsome man sweeps our girl off her feet in a perfect princess carry. He carries her down the hall, flanked by his bodyguards. Meanwhile, her ex-husband is finally using his brain. He glares at the doctor. A serious leg injury needs a blood transfusion. He questions the hospital's competence. The terrified doctor confesses it was the mistress's idea and he'd agreed every single time. She's been faking this whole time. A wave of guilt hits the man. Am I indulging her too much? He realizes Sunan wanted a divorce because she thought he was cheating. He thinks he can just explain everything and she'll come back. But when he calls, her phone has been turned off. He immediately orders his men go find Madam. But 10 minutes later, they return empty-handed. They report that all the surveillance footage was hacked. They can't find her anywhere. Our girl has vanished like a ghost. He panics, thinking she's penniless and has nowhere to go. He screams at his men to find her immediately. But it's too late. Our girl's voice echoes in his mind. By the way, I forgot to tell you. She opens her eyes in her luxurious childhood bedroom. The relief is so overwhelming, she can't help but cry. Finally, I'm back, she whispers, but her family overhears. She turns and sees her father standing right there. She runs into his arms, finally letting out all the pain. He comforts her, reminding her of their promise. 3 years were up. It's time to come home and inherit the company. They'll even host a massive party to announce her true identity. Suddenly, her best friend tackles her in a hug, congratulating her on the divorce. This is the kind of chaotic bestie support we love to see. But first, our girl needs to retrieve her documents from the lion's den. And speak of the devil, the monster-in-law is there to greet them with her usual charming personality. She immediately starts throwing insults, calling the best friend a low-life gold digger. Our girl steps in, telling the old hag to show some respect. Respect, the mother-in-law loses it, screaming about how our girl is from a dirt-legged family. Then she raises her hand to slap the bestie. Oh no, she didn't. But the friend is a straight-up savage. She blocks the hit and shoves the hag back, calling the Fu family tacky new money. Our girl, however, is completely unbothered. She's just here for her things. She turns her back, radiating pure queen energy. She was so stupid to give up her dignity for a man, never again. The mother-in-law is absolutely fuming. Sunan just asks, are you done? The hag threatens to tattle to her son, but our girl hits her with the ultimate comeback. We're divorced, so even if you beg, I'm never coming back. And right on cue, the ex-husband walks in. His mom immediately starts her pity party. He just wants to know where Sunan is. His mom accuses her of stealing, but he reveals a shocking truth. She didn't ask for a penny in the divorce. The ex is left alone, wondering if his own mother is the reason his marriage fell apart. He enters their old room to find she left everything, even the bank card. But his mom storms in, screaming that a $10 million necklace is gone. She grabs her phone to call the police, but he stops her. He knows Sunan didn't do it. How could she? She never even knew the password to the safe. He then realizes, in 3 years, he never once gave her any jewelry. But his mother just gives a wicked smile. She doesn't need the police. She has her own ways of dealing with our girl. Meanwhile, Sunan is being welcomed home by her handsome elder brother. She links arms with him, ready to start her new, powerful life. Two mean girls gossip about our heroine, calling her a weirdo. But their tune changes when one spots her handsome elder brother. She runs up and gives him a massive hug, pouting about being left behind. He explains he had a meeting and brought back gifts for both her and our girl, Xiaoyu. Xiaoyu is completely flustered by the sudden present. The little sister immediately starts playing matchmaker in her head. She totally ships them. Elder brother lays out the plan for the next few days. He's going to be her personal guide. That night, our poor heroine is jolted awake by a frantic call. The Fu family is accusing her of theft. She checks her phone and her blood runs cold. She's the #1 trending topic for stealing a necklace. The comment section is an absolute dumpster fire of hate. She scrolls past endless posts calling her a clown and a thief. She thinks back to the lost dream necklace. She never even touched the thing. That's it, she's done being pushed around. She tells her friend it's time to fight back. She immediately calls her brother, but then changes her mind. She's going to handle this herself. And just like that, a new post drops on social media, the ultimate clapback. A woman posts a full confession, revealing she stole the necklace and that the ex's sister has it now. The internet absolutely loses its mind. The reversal is chaotic and the comments are glorious. Our girl puts down her phone, finally realizing how blind she was to marry that man. Meanwhile, the ex-husband is fuming. He finds out his own mother posted the fake accusation. He orders it taken down, but it's too late. He's realizing Sunan is more powerful than he ever knew. His father calls, screaming about the family's reputation being ruined. His mother screeches in the background, promising to teach our girl a lesson. The audacity. But the ex-husband finally snaps. He defends Sunan, outing his own sister as the real thief. His father is completely speechless, he can't deny the truth. As his mother continues her tirade, he drops the coldest line ever, "We're divorced," and hangs up. He desperately asks his assistant to find Sunan, but she's completely vanished. He starts scrolling through her old social media, which was basically a shrine to him. Every post was about her love for him, cooking for him, waiting for him. He's drowning in a sea of regret. He was her whole world and he never even noticed. He tries to scroll further, but it's all gone. The account no longer exists. She erased 3 years of their life together like it was nothing. He clutches his phone in agony. He makes a solemn vow he will find her no matter what it takes. But our girl is thriving. She's at a gala with her brother who promises to protect her. She just smirks, leaning on his arm. "I'm not the one who should be afraid." The cameras flash as President Fu arrives with a woman in red. She bitterly recalls how her husband, Yi Chuan, never visited her when she was sick. But now he's divorced, and she's been waiting for this chance. President Fu shakes hands with the guests, putting on a show. Suddenly, an announcement rings out. Sujin is here. The crowd goes wild. The reclusive Sujin has brought a woman with him. Everyone cranes their necks, dying to know who this mystery girl is, and then she steps out of the car in absolute vision. The cameras go insane for this gorgeous blonde. Wait a minute, that's Sunan. Yi Chuan is completely stunned to see his ex-wife. Our girl Sunan spots him and his mistress, a smirk playing on her lips. She leans confidently on her new man's arm. Her date Sujin greets President Fu. Yi Chuan can't take his eyes off Sunan. She's a completely different person. He hasn't seen her in a month and now she's with another man. The mistress Kyo Wenru starts to panic. She can't let him fall for Sunan again, so she marches right over. "Sunan, what are you doing here?" A bystander wonders who this powerful lady could be. Sujin smoothly steps in. "She just divorced Mr. Fu Yi Chuan." He smiles, adding, "Who says you can't come to a party after a divorce?" Kyo Wenru is absolutely seething. Our girl's comeback is even more savage. "Do I need to tell you who I'm with? You worry too much, don't you?" Oof, the burn. Yi Chuan grabs his embarrassing mistress and tries to ignore the scene. Sujin just scoffs at the man's terrible taste in women. Kyo Wenru internally curses Sunan's name, but Yi Chuan can't help but look back at his ex-wife. He's furious. How dare she move on and find someone else? Later on the hotel rooftop, the two women face off again. Kyo Wenru accuses our girl of stalking her ex-husband. "If I were you, I'd stay away," she warns, but Sunan just laughs. "The whole world knows you're a mistress. Are you happy?" The mistress claims feelings are more important than status. Then she mocks Sunan's rented clothes and jewelry. She gets closer, whispering, "You asked for this." Then in a practice move, she turns and leaps, tearing Sunan's dress on the way down to frame her. A loud splash echoes from the rooftop pool. The men downstairs are startled. What was that sound? Someone screams that a person fell into the pool. But Sunan just watches calmly. This scene is awfully familiar. It's a flashback to her own wedding banquet 3 years ago. Kyo Wenru told her Yi Chuan only married her to be a human blood bag. "If you don't believe me, look." And she jumped into the pool, playing the victim, screaming for Yi Chuan to save her. The mistress flails dramatically in the water. And on his wedding day, Yi Chuan ran right past his bride and dived in to save his mistress. Back in the present, Sunan's face is a mask of cold indifference. The flashback ends with him cradling the other woman, abandoning his wife. And just like 3 years ago, he jumped in without a single moment of hesitation. He screams the mistress's name, pulling her from the water. She coughs weakly. "Don't blame Sunan. She didn't push me." The crocodile tears start flowing. "I came to apologize, but she's still blaming me." Yi Chuan looks up from the pool, his eyes locking with Sunan's. And our girl just lets out a slow, wicked smile. "She used this trick before," she says coolly. "You still believe it?" She pulls out a stack of cash. "This is the reward for all the blood I gave you." Our poor heroine is forced to her knees, being told to get up. But Sunan is done being a doormat. She confronts the homewrecker, asking why she's still clinging to them after the divorce. The crowd immediately starts gossiping about the drama. Even her ex Yi Chuan thinks his new girl was way too rude. Sunan has had enough. She slaps the other woman's hand away and goes full WWE, dragging her to the pool. With one final shove, our girl sends her flying. A satisfying splash echoes as the rival goes for a swim. And does our girl have any regrets? Nope. She stands there and admits it was her. Yi Chuan looks torn, but Sunan isn't finished yet. She tells the soaking wet rival not to leave just yet. Then she pours a drink right over her head for good measure, the ultimate power move. The crowd is absolutely scandalized as the villainess is helped out of the pool. She immediately starts crying to Yi Chuan, looking like a drowned rat. Internally, she's seething that Sunan stole all the attention. He actually asks her, "You fell down by yourself, right?" She sputters out a denial, playing the victim card and claiming Sunan is crazy for revenge. Her crocodile tears seem to work their magic on him. He agrees to leave with her, but suddenly everyone looks up. Sunan is on the balcony, making it rain. She throws all the money he ever gave her right back in his face. She screams that they don't owe each other anything now. The villainess tries to grab his arm, but he coldly brushes her off. He storms off and finds Sunan in a private room. But she's not alone. Another man is gently rubbing her injured ankle. Ichuen's face darkens. He tells her she can settle the score with him, but she must apologize to his little girlfriend. Our girl just scoffs, calling herself vicious by nature. He finally realizes she's not the pushover she used to be. Sunan looks at her new companion, promising she won't make the same mistake again. And it looks like the drama is far from over, as another drink is about to be poured. But he sits there in stony silence, his face an unreadable mask of cold fury. Unbeknownst to them, they are spotted by another car driving by. And that's when they see it, a massive billboard lighting up the night sky. It's playing the security footage from the pool party on a loop. The whole city can now see Kyo falling on purpose. The truth hits Ichuen like a freight train. He clenches his fist, realizing he made our girl apologize for nothing. It's ridiculous, he thinks, slamming on the brakes and shouting, "Pull over." He storms out of the car, leaving a stunned Kyo behind. She's panicking, but he's already decided her fate. He's sending her away. He orders the driver to take her back as she begs him not to, but her pleas fall on deaf ears. He's already walking away. He stands alone on the street, staring up at the billboard of our girl. His whole reality is shattered. If this was a lie, what else was? Just then, a flashy car pulls up beside him. It's his rich playboy friend, Lukai, who immediately starts gossiping. He asks about Sunan and some other guy, saying how close they looked. He even says it's lucky Ichuen divorced her before she could ruin his family. Ichuen has had enough of his friends yapping and tells him to shut up. Lukai, ever the smooth operator, just suggests they go for a drink instead, and Ichuen agrees, needing to drown his sorrows. A few days later, our girl is having a nice dinner with her father. He's giving her a new project to tackle to establish herself in the company. He warns her that it's a big deal and he won't be there to help. But her third brother will be back soon, which makes her light up with excitement. Suddenly, a shrill voice cuts through the elegant restaurant. Sunan. Oh no, it's the wicked ex-mother-in-law and sister-in-law. They're already causing a massive scene, demanding the manager throw Sunan out. The sister-in-law screeches that they're VIPs and our girl is ruining their meal. But the manager freezes when he sees who Sunan is with. President Su. The sister-in-law doesn't care and keeps demanding they be kicked out. Our girl finally speaks up, calling them shameless for twisting the truth. Her dad just sits back, sipping his wine, letting the drama unfold. That's when the manager drops a bomb. President Su is the major shareholder of this restaurant. The looks on their faces, absolutely priceless. Sunan just gives a little smirk and a chuckle, a total queen. She tries to be the bigger person, but the sister-in-law threatens to ruin her career. The girl has the audacity to demand Sunan pour her a drink and apologize. Sunan smiles sweetly, says all right, and picks up the wine bottle. She walks over, glass in hand, looking like she's about to obey, and then dumps the entire glass of red wine over the sister-in-law's head. Our girl leans in and reminds her, I divorced into your family, not the other way around. She grabs her chin, warning her to never speak rudely again. The chaotic energy is immaculate. The mother-in-law loses it, but Sunan just stands there unbothered. She turns to her dad, declaring the air is too dirty to eat in. As they're escorted to a private VIP room, the whole restaurant is buzzing. The ex-family is left stewing in their public humiliation. The sister-in-law seethes, vowing this isn't over. Meanwhile, Ichuen can't stop thinking. He reflects on how much Sunan has changed, becoming so strong and unpredictable. The sister whines that it was all Sunan's fault. She points, screaming that our girl is the one who got her into trouble. But her brother grabs Sunan's arm, demanding an explanation. Our girl is completely unbothered. There's no explanation, I poured red wine on her. She yanks her arm away as the sister continues to shriek for revenge. He sighs and asks his sister the one question you should never ask a spoiled brat. What do you want? With a wicked grin, she demands our girl kneel and apologize. Sunan scoffs, you want me to kneel? She turns to her ex, asking if he agrees with this nonsense. She lays it down cold. She's done indulging their pathetic habits and being a doormat. A handsome stranger steps in, telling the sister that she should be apologizing. The sister tries to play the victim, but our girl just gives her a look. The old Sunan would have let this slide. Not today. She tells the brat to learn some respect, then tells her brother to check the tapes before walking away. She leaves them both completely stunned. Absolute queen behavior. The brother is spiraling, realizing how much she's changed. But his sister just keeps whining that Sunan is a bully. He finally snaps, that's enough. He reveals the jewelry was for Sunan in the first place. The sister accuses our girl of using his money to support another man. He's heard enough, he screams at her to shut up. They pull the surveillance tapes, and the truth is laid bare for him to see. He's in shock, he had no idea his family treated her this way. He turns to his sister, who just whines that she's mad Sunan found another guy. He orders her to apologize to Sunan, but she throws a fit, saying she'd rather die. She tries one last time, crying about the pretty boy, but her brother shuts her down. That man is Sujin and they can't afford to offend him. The sister freezes the mysterious and powerful bachelor Soo-jin. Defeated and furious, she pulls out her phone to call for backup. This girl is determined to cause trouble. Meanwhile, our girl is thriving. Her assistant warns her that the sister is hiring people to photograph her. Sunan just smiles. Let her, it saves me publicity money, a true boss. Her handsome brother brings her coffee and she asks him to arrange her new job. It's all settled with a quick text and time to celebrate. They head out to a club called Hearsay Bar. Our girl tells her friend she's just popping to the washroom. Her friend agrees to wait for her, but the second she's alone, danger appears. A total creep slides up behind her, grabbing her shoulder. She tries to fight him off, but she suddenly feels weak and dizzy. Her drink was spiked. But just as he's dragging her away, a voice cuts through the noise. Let her go. Our girl knows it's a trap. That drink is definitely spiked. Her friend tries to warn her, saying he's a dangerous gangster. But our girl is a queen. She calmly tells him to let her go. The scumbag shoves her friend aside, ready for his prize. He gets handsy, but our girl has other plans. She suddenly grabs a wine bottle. And bam, she smashes it right over his head. He screams like a baby. She effortlessly twists his arm back. Turns out our girl has some serious skills. He's down for the count in seconds. Then she picks up the spiked drink with a savage look. He immediately starts begging for his life, but she's not having any of it. She forces him to drink his own poison. What a truly disappointing scumbag. She turns back to her friend, all smiles now, making sure she's okay. Her friend is safe and everyone is in awe, not a knight but a total queen. But of course, someone was secretly recording the whole thing. And guess who's behind it? He orders them to post the video online. Lukai smirks, ready to ruin her reputation. What a snake. He thinks our girl is ungrateful and needs to be taught a lesson. The audacity. The next day, her assistant bursts in. The video has gone viral. They've twisted the story, making her look like a violent monster. But our girl is completely unbothered. She's got bigger things to worry about. Her assistant, however, is panicking. She feels responsible since our girl was only defending her. Just then, the butler announces her car is ready. Turns out car means a new fleet of luxury vehicles. Her dad bought her a Maserati, a Porsche, and a Lambo. They can't believe it. Her friend insists on driving, honored to be our girl's chauffeur. They arrive at the company for a big announcement. Sunan is the new director. But of course, one of the old hags has a problem with it. She questions our girl's talent, calling her a spoiled ex-housewife. But her brother claps back instantly, telling her to resign if she doesn't like it. The woman is completely humiliated. She realizes she picked a fight with the wrong family. She immediately backpedals, apologizing profusely. Yeah, that's what I thought. As the meeting ends, the bitter director is fuming. And just like that, on her very first day, our girl has already made a new enemy. But Sunan is completely unbothered, already sipping her tea like a queen. Her friend shoves a phone in her face, showing the internet now worships Sunan as a goddess. She starts fuming on our girl's behalf, getting right in her face. She whispers the name of the snake who started the rumors. And it's none other than the ex-husband's trashy best friend, Lukai. Our girl isn't even surprised, she already knew. It's time to return the favor with interest. Luckily, her ride or die already has the perfect revenge plan cooked up. She sends over a juicy photo of Lukai cheating on his brand new wife. The post is drafted, calling him out with receipts, and our girl just smirks. With a few taps, the post is live and the chaos begins. The two besties sit back, ready for the drama to unfold. Meanwhile, at the Fu Group headquarters, Lukai bursts into the ex-husband's office. He's screaming that Sunan is destroying his life online. His own wife wants a divorce and he's begging for help. But Fu Chuan is completely unfazed, just raising an eyebrow. He coldly asks, didn't you start this by bullying her first? He even thinks to himself, serves you right, absolute savage. Lukai whines that he did it for that other girl, Ying Ying. Fu Chuan just scoffs, realizing his sister never learns. He tells Lukai this is his own damn fault and to deal with it himself. Lukai is absolutely fuming, but Fu Chuan is already done with him. He refuses to bow down to Sunan, but his buddy just pats him on the shoulder and leaves for a meeting. Fu Chuan knows our girl must have more evidence and he's not getting involved. Left alone, the reality hits Lukai like a truck. Terrified, he drops to his knees and makes the call. He orders his team to post a public apology immediately. Back in her office, our girl sees the statement pop up. Her friend cackles, wow, he didn't even last 2 hours. Just then, there's a knock at the door. It's another corporate snake wanting a private word with Sunan. She comes in with a fake smile, apologizing for her behavior earlier. She offers our girl a huge new project, pretending it's a peace offering. But Sunan sees right through it. This is clearly a trap. She smiles sweetly. Please call me President Su. The power move leaves the other woman speechless. The snake leaves in a huff, absolutely furious. Her friend points out that this woman's suitor is a VP at the company in question. Her bestie promises to investigate, then cheekily adds her to a group chat. It's a congratulations on your divorce party and everyone is celebrating our girl's freedom. Sunan smiles and agrees to meet them for drinks. But of course, the moment she steps out of the car, she runs into the one person she didn't want to see. The ex-husband is standing right there, looking annoyed to see her. His trashy friend is still with him, but our girl's bestie isn't having it. She immediately roasts Liu Kai for being a coward who runs to his friends. He's left sputtering as our girls turn and walk away like the queens they are. Fu Chuan just watches her leave, thinking this is his chance to finally explain himself. With a clink of glasses, her friends welcome her back. It's a girls' night out and our queen is finally free. Her bestie, a famous brand founder, has a surprise. She's arranged a grand finale show just for them. Our girl is touched, looking like an absolute goddess. But the party gets crashed by Second Master Cheng and her ex-husband. Cheng immediately tries to get her to play a game with him. She shuts him down cold. She's here for the band, not for clowns. Her friends agree the air is suddenly thick with loser X energy. Lu grills his friend about his connection to Sunan. Cheng just says they're friends, but Lu isn't buying it. He smirks, knowing our girl is too smart to be fooled by this guy. Lu's stare is intense and Cheng starts sweating. He panics, wondering if Lu knows the truth about his nasty schemes. Suddenly, the band hits the stage and the crowd goes wild. But there's a crisis. The violinist is out. Her friend begs Sunan to take his place. After a little encouragement, our girl finally agrees. She's going to perform. Back in the lounge, the guys are wondering why the band is even here. But then Lu's eyes go wide. He sees someone familiar on stage. He is absolutely floored. It's Sunan holding a violin and looking ethereal. The entire crowd is captivated. It's really her. Lu can't process it. Sunan plays the violin. After the killer performance, the band is in awe of her talent. Her friends rush to her with flowers gushing over her. She smiles, feeling alive again. It's not too late to get her old life back. They decide to head back, but her ex and his little friend are blocking the way. They pop up like annoying weeds. Our girl is so over it. Cheng just can't believe he never knew about her hidden talent. He tries to get her to play dice, but she roasts him. The atmosphere turns ice cold, then Lu stares her down, his voice low. Our girl sips her drink, unbothered. He's captivated, she's shining in a way he's never seen before. He slams his hand down, challenging her to a game. The tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Our girl just smirks. Why not? There's nothing to be afraid of. Her friends panic, but one knows Sunan has a plan. She asks for the bet and he leaves it up to her. Cheng wildly offers to streak if Lu loses. But he has a nasty condition if Sunan loses. She must admit she's a gold digger and disappear forever. Her smile doesn't even falter. All right, I agree. The game is simple, a classic dice showdown. Our girl shakes the cups with a calm, practiced ease. She places her cup down with a confident smirk. It's his turn now. He thinks she's just putting on a brave face. Her moves look amateurish. His friend Liu Kai is certain President Fu will crush her. He's never lost. Just as he's about to reveal his dice, she stops him. He lifts the cup, a pretty standard roll for him. Liu Kai scoffs, relieved his friend didn't go easy on her. But President Fu just tells him to stop talking. Her friend is furious, telling Liu Kai to shut his mouth, but our girl just smiles. She reveals her dice, and the room goes completely silent. It's impossible, she won. She stands up, ready to make her grand exit. She's just gonna say goodbye and head home, but Fu feels a little thankful. Liu Kai is having a full-blown meltdown. Our girl reminds him about their bet. Her friend backs her up, calling him a sore loser. He accuses them of cheating. But President Fu is ice cold. He says if you make a bet, you accept the loss. Then he ditches his friend, saying he has something else to do. Absolute chaos. Liu Kai can't believe the betrayal. The girls look absolutely predatory. He is completely and utterly terrified. He begs them to spare him, but they just scream no. Our girl gets a text from her driver and heads for the door. But look who's waiting for her outside. President Fu stops her, wanting a word. He looks like he has something serious to say. He tries to apologize for his sister, but our girl says she doesn't care anymore. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream echoes from the room they just left. A camera flash goes off. What is she doing? Oh my god, she took a picture. She has blackmail material on poor Liu Kai. President Fu watches her, completely stunned. This is not the woman he knew. President Fu and his brother are leaving the chaotic scene. But look who's here to rub salt in the wound, President Cheng. He smirks, saying Fu never expected his ex-wife to actually win. And then he drops the bomb, declaring he wants to pursue our girl. He even thanks Fu for the opportunity, the absolute savage. In the car, Fu's brother is fuming. He can't believe Fu just let that guy talk. Meanwhile, our girl's bestie is hyping her up. She declares that Fu needs to be taught a lesson for underestimating Sunan. Turns out our girl has a secret past as a casino croupier. That's how she got so good. Her friend is shook, wishing she'd known a billionaire queen back in the day. Back in the car, Fu is absolutely losing it. His brother asks if he's angry, but Fu is more concerned with his bruised ego. The brother keeps digging, asking why he even married Sunan in the first place. He says none of their friends ever accepted her, and Fu slams on the brakes. The words hit him like a truck. He didn't treat her as one of his own either. He kicks his clueless brother out of the car. Fu speeds off, but he's not going to his company. The next day at Su Group, our girl is in full boss mode. But she walks into her office to find her snake of a vice president sitting in her chair. Sunan is not having it. "Why are you in my seat?" She tells the woman to sit on the couch instead. Then she delivers this killer line, "I'm a clean freak." Ouch. The VP is seething, muttering about how arrogant our girl is. She tries to save face by setting up a business dinner for Sunan. Our girl knows it's a trap, but plays along with a smirk. The second the VP leaves, Sunan tells her assistant to raise the commission on the deal. Suddenly, the door bursts open, revealing her friend holding a massive bouquet of roses. She announces that someone is trying to woo our girl, and Sunan is floored. A massive bouquet is delivered, but our girl is not impressed. Her assistant reveals the intel she gathered on the Feng Heng group. It turns out they're a shell company deep in debt, and this whole deal is a trap. Our girl just smirks. "Oh, this is going to be fun." She knows her rival dug a hole for her, and she plans to jump right in. But first, a quick celebration with her bestie, who just landed her dream job. Later that night, our heroine arrives for the business dinner. Her snake of a co-worker, Lin, tells her it's a private affairs. Red flag number 1. Lin swings the door open with way too much enthusiasm. She practically throws herself at the client, a greasy-looking man named Director Zhang. He immediately gets handsy, and our girl's face screams "you." After some slimy compliments, they finally sit down. This is clearly not a normal meeting. Lin immediately pushes to get the contract signed, trying to rush things. But our girl just smiles and tells the director to take a good look first. He flips it open and his face just drops. The commission is 30% higher than they agreed on. He demands to know who changed it. Our girl coldly replies, "Me, I'm in charge." She shuts him down, saying there's nothing left to discuss. Lin's face starts twitching with rage. She can't believe our girl would change the deal. Sunan puts her in her place, reminding her she's the vice president. "Whose side are you on?" Lin tries to argue that nothing is final until the contract is signed. So our girl goes for the kill, asking if the two of them have a little private agreement. She then pulls out a completely new contract with an even better deal for her company. The extra 10% commission, that's all his. Director Zhang is listening now. Lin completely loses it, insulting our girl's clothes and telling her she needs more backers. Our heroine just raises a perfect, unbothered eyebrow. Lin keeps digging her own grave, trying to tempt Sunan with Director Zhang's protection. She even offers up a second-hand Audi as a prize. Wow, so generous. Finally, Lin excuses herself to the washroom, but we see her real plan. She drugged the wine. She meets up with a waiter and a manager who recognizes our girl as President Fu's ex-wife. Lin scoffs, saying no one will care about a washed-up ex. The manager is clearly not on board with this. He tells the waiter to get lost, obviously disgusted by the whole scheme. Lin threatens him into silence, not wanting any leaks. The manager walks away, looking deeply troubled. Just then, the terrified waiter bumps right into a furious-looking man. It's President Fu. Her ex-husband grabs him by the collar, his eyes blazing. "Which room is Sunan in?" He slams the kid against the wall, demanding an answer. The waiter screams, "Room 3888. A sleazy director pushes a car key towards our girl. He offers it to her, but she questions if it's better than what her rival got. He insists she's way more beautiful than that other actress. He promises even more benefits if she just cooperates. So that's how her rival got famous. The creep suggests they have a drink to celebrate their new partnership. Our girl plays along but has a plan. She accidentally drops her phone on the floor. He tells her not to move and ducks under the table to get it. This is her chance. She quickly swaps their wine glasses. He comes back up, handing her the now drugged glass. She thanks him sweetly, playing the innocent part. They toast to their happy cooperation. He urges her to drink it all in one gulp, the pervs. She watches him watch her as she takes a delicate sip. She smiles, commenting that the wine isn't bad. The creep is drooling, but suddenly the door slams open. It's her ex-husband, and he is absolutely furious. He screams her name, Sunan, and launches a flying kick right into the director's back. Our girl is completely stunned. Why is he here? He frantically asks if she drank the wine, telling her it's drugged. Before she can answer, he turns his murderous glare on the director. But he's not the only one here to save the day. Another man lands a solid punch right on the creep's face. Our girl is shocked to see the young master, Chengyi. He just smiles after knocking the guy out. He says he came to surprise her after work, and he brought a massive bouquet of roses. Her ex-husband can only watch from the sidelines, completely ignored. Our girl just sighs, so much for her quiet plans. The beat-up director can't believe his luck. Two powerful men are here. Chengyi tells him to get lost before he gets hurt even more. The man scrambles to his feet, but Chengyi calls his name one last time. He picks up the car keys from the table and throws them away, saying, "Don't dirty my girlfriend's eyes." Girlfriend, the ex-husband is about to have an aneurysm. Our girl quickly tells Changyi to stop talking nonsense. She finally turns to her ex, wondering what he's doing here. He immediately starts scolding her for being so careless. He asks if this is the life she really wants after their divorce. She thought he was helping her, but he was just looking for an excuse to lecture her. So she downs her glass of wine right in front of him. She thanks him for the help, then tells him he has no right to judge her life. He grits his teeth and grabs her arm, demanding an explanation. She tells him there's no difference between serving this creep and being a maid in his house. The ex-husband is completely speechless. The burn is just too savage. The young master tries to stop her, but our girl has already made her exit. Her ex-husband watches her go, a storm brewing in his eyes. He can't believe this is the same woman. He realizes there's so much he never knew about her. He thought she was in trouble, but she handled that sleazebag all on her own. A bitter pill to swallow, maybe she never needed him at all. He drives off, stewing in his own regret. Meanwhile, our girl is thinking the exact same thing. After 3 years, he knows nothing about her. Her driver, young Master Cheng, decides now is the time to shoot his shot. He asks for a thank you. He doesn't want money, he wants her. Our girl just scoffs, dream on. She friendzones him immediately, calling him her best friend. But this boy is persistent, vowing to prove he's the one for her. He smirks, ready to play the long game. The next day at the office, our girl is getting chewed out by her manager, Lin Shuang. The woman tries to pressure her into signing a shady contract, but Sunan just calmly pulls out her phone and hits play. It's a recording of Lin Shuang trash-talking her, calling her clothes cheap and gossiping about sleazy directors. The color drains from Lin Shuang's face. Our girl just smiles, enjoying the chaos. She lays down an ultimatum, give up the deal or she'll hand the recording to the company and send her to jail. Lin Shuang immediately starts groveling, calling her Vice President Su. Our girl reveals she knows the other company is a total sham. She dismisses the pathetic manager, telling her to focus on her own work. Elsewhere, young Master Cheng is dragging a reluctant Fu Yichuan to a new restaurant that's stealing his business. The hostess stops them, saying it's a couple's restaurant. Just then, an old acquaintance shows up and teases them about it. They get a table, and who do they see across the room? It's Sunan on a date with some other guy. The man presents her with a gorgeous bouquet of lilies. He's annoyed when she thinks it's just part of the restaurant service. He finally spells it out for her, "I'm pursuing you." Our girl's response is absolutely savage, a flat "Oh, I don't accept." The poor guy is devastated. Fu Yichuan watches from his table, a strange feeling bubbling up. His friend points out that the two are now heading to the dance floor. Her date pulls her close, ready for a romantic moment. They begin to dance, looking like a perfect couple. But suddenly, her partner's eyes go wide. He sees Fu Yichuan smirking right behind her. In a flash, Fu Yichuan cuts in, spinning our girl into his own arms. Before she can even react, he dips her low and steals a kiss. Her other suitor watches, absolutely fuming as Fu Yichuan reclaims his ex-wife. The crowd gushes over what a perfect couple they make. But our girl immediately tries to create some distance. He just plays it off cool, saying it was nothing. But not before shooting a smug, victorious glance over his shoulder. Meanwhile, the peanut gallery is seething with jealousy. One of them refuses to admit she's a good dancer. The other can't believe she's already found a new man. The ex-husband overhears his so-called friend call her a scheming girl. The friend keeps running his mouth, claiming she only married him for money. He even brags about a time he warned her to know her place. What a disgusting little man, that's it, Fu Yichuan has had enough. He glares daggers at his friend, sarcastically telling him to become head of the family. The burn is absolutely savage. Wai Cheng freezes, knowing he's crossed a major line. The other friend realizes Fu Yichuan's anger is about Sunan and chases after him. He tries to catch up to his bro. He defends their friend, but Fu Yichuan is lost in regret. He realizes now how terribly everyone treated her. "I'm mad at myself," he admits. Then he threatens to shut down his friend's restaurant just because he feels like it. The sheer chaotic energy leaves his friend completely stunned. Later, at the glamorous anniversary party for the Julie group, the partygoers immediately spot Su Jin with a gorgeous woman. It's our girl Sunan, absolutely glowing and looking like a goddess. They recognize her as the ex-wife and mock Fu Yichuan for his loss. Then she's introduced as the vice president of her company. Suddenly, everyone is fawning over her talent and beauty. Su Jin leads her upstairs to meet the president of the Julie group. But of course, the ex-husband's venomous sister spots her. Her friend points out Sunan's custom designer dress and mentions that her own brother couldn't take his eyes off Sunan. The sister just scoffs, calling her a gold digger looking for her next victim. Upstairs, our girl meets the handsome President Lin. He's immediately captivated by her, complimenting her beauty and skills. He asks to speak with her alone about their future cooperation. Her boss gives her the go-ahead. He encourages her to do her best, which she totally will. President Lin swirls his wine, intrigued by this woman. He asks her to explain why she's so confident in this business deal. Our girl lays out her flawless business pitch, full of confidence and long-term vision. He's completely impressed by her bold and courageous words. But he has a proposal, a three-way partnership. Who else? Our girl asks, intrigued. She points to see who this mysterious third partner is, and her face drops in absolute horror. Of course, it's her trash ex-husband, Fu Yichuan. The new partner is announced, and of course, it's her infuriating ex-husband, Fu Yichuan. Our girl realizes he was an investor all along, making this whole thing a setup. The silver-haired pretty boy, Lin Ji, tries to smooth things over with a toast. He offers a glass to our girl, calling her Miss Sue. She knows a good business deal when she sees one, so she accepts. The clinking of glasses is followed by the most awkward silence in history. To make things worse, Lin Ji suggests they share the first dance to announce the partnership. Our girl immediately shuts that down with a swift, "Sorry, I can't dance." But her ex isn't buying it. He literally saw her dance with another man recently. A flash of guilt hits him as he asks if she's feeling unwell. She escapes to her brother, who explains the business side of the partnership. He reassures her that sharing the risks is a good thing for her company. Across the rooms, her ex and Lin Ji are watching her with her brother. Lin Ji even speculates they have an ulterior relationship, earning a death glare from Fu Yichuan. This silver-haired menace just smirks, promising to help. Suddenly, an announcer takes the stage, kicking off the celebration. And what's the first order of business? Inviting the new partners to the floor for a dance. The crowd erupts, chanting for them to dance. Our poor heroine is trapped as her ex says her name. He formally asks her to dance, putting her completely on the spot. She knows she can't refuse without hurting the new deal. Her brother watches helplessly as she takes her ex's hand. He leads her to the center of the floor. He thinks back on their 3-year marriage. No wedding, no affection, and this is the first time they've ever held hands. He pulls her into a stiff, unfamiliar embrace. Our girl is completely startled. 3 years of marriage with nothing, and now they're dancing after a divorce. As the music starts, they begin to move together. He looks down at her, a knowing glint in his eye. "Can't dance, huh?" he whispers. She coolly replies, "It varies from person to person." Absolute savage, he leans in, smugly telling her he never knew she could do business. But our girl isn't impressed. She has plenty of secrets he'll never know. After years of marriage, there's nothing left to say. This was a blood lesson for her. The song ends and they strike a final, dramatic pose. The crowd absolutely loves it, impressed by their chemistry. But as she tries to get up, our girl accidentally stumbles. He catches her, pulling her right against his chest. Oop, a little too close there. The gossips go wild, thinking they almost kissed. Are they getting back together? She immediately shoves him away. Does he think this is funny? He just watches her, a storm brewing in his eyes. He accuses her of falling on purpose just to get close to him, the absolute nerve. But their little soap opera is interrupted. A new challenger has entered the arena. It's the charming Cheng Yi, and he's clearly not here for the ex-husband. He winks, announcing he's here for our girl, and cue the jealous ex-sister-in-law losing her mind. She calls Sunan shameless for trying to hook up with her brother again. Our girl just rolls her eyes. She calls the whole thing childish, but Cheng Yi jumps to her defense. He says the sister has a foul mouth. The sister spits back, "You want my brother to like you? Dream on." Her brother only has eyes for Kaya Wenru. She screeches that everyone knows about her brother's affair. Sunan was just a blood bag for them. The crowd gasps as she points, accusing our girl of selling herself to men for money. She calls our girl a peasant who keeps begging the Fu family for cash. She laughs, saying Sunan was nothing more than a maid and a nanny, but her tirade is cut short by her brother. Oh no, he heard everything. The sister immediately panics. She tries to backtrack, but Cheng Yi fans the flames, calling out their disgusting behavior. The ex-husband finally snaps, screaming at his sister to shut her mouth. He glares at her, demanding to know if everything she said is true. Our girl, an absolute queen, just gives a little chuckle. She looks him dead in the eye and confirms it. Yes, it's all true. The crowd erupts. He clenches his fist, realizing he'd been deceiving himself this whole time. He wasn't good to her at all. But our girl isn't finished, so what if it's true, she asks. She lays down her ultimatum: make his sister and mother kneel and apologize, or get rid of her. She smiles, leaving the choice to him: kneel for forgiveness or declare all-out war. He just stares, completely and utterly speechless. The party guests are in a frenzy over the drama, but the ex's sister, Fu Yingying, is absolutely livid. She screeches that Sunan is dreaming if she thinks they'll apologize. Her brother immediately shuts her down. She can't believe he's defending an outsider over his own family. He can only offer her money, but he knows she doesn't need it. He starts to say her name, but our girl cuts him right off. "Don't look so guilty if you can't do anything," she says, her voice like ice. She tells him apologies are worthless, and it's the Fu family who will be embarrassed by this whole scandal. Ying Ying accuses her of trying to seduce her brother. Our girl just raises a perfect eyebrow. "Oh, do you really think I'm trying to seduce him on purpose?" She drops the ultimate bombshell. "I was blind to marry him, but I won't be blind again." She stands there, a queen addressing her court. And then she delivers the final savage blow. Even if I seduced every man in the world, I would never go back to him. With her ex-husband absolutely stunned, she turns and walks away. Some other rich guy is loving the show. He smirks, clearly enjoying Fu Yichuan's humiliation. He tells everyone the drama is over and to keep partying, but a handsome stranger calls out to our girl. He proposes a toast, admiring her for being so straightforward. She gracefully accepts the drink. She takes a long, pensive sip from her glass, and another, and finishes the whole thing. She suddenly feels a little faint. The same man rushes to her side, offering a glass of water. She thanks him, admitting she might have had a little too much. He sweetly asks if her ex was bullying her tonight. He makes a cute little fist, promising to protect her, but their moment is interrupted by another guy wanting a toast. Her new friend gallantly drinks it for her. What a gentleman. Sunan thanks him and excuses herself to the washroom. He watches her go with a kind smile, but of course, peace is not an option. She overhears Fu Yingying and her crony talking trash in the washroom. They're calling her a shameless woman who steps on men to get ahead. They have no idea she's right behind them. They jump out of their skin when they turn around, busted. It's bad luck everywhere I go, Sunan says with a smirk. Ying Ying looks like she's about to pop a blood vessel. She launches into a vile tirade, calling our girl a lowlife with the smell of poverty. Sunan claps back, telling her she should be grateful she's not making a scene. Ying Ying loses it, screaming about her status as the young miss of the Fu family. She proudly admits she just wanted to make Sunan suffer. Our girl just calls out her ridiculous superiority complex. Ying Ying brings up the painful past, how Sunan was a mobile blood bank. She calls her shameless, and that's the last straw. Sunan's eyes go cold. I advise you to keep your mouth shut. But Ying Ying just scoffs, daring her to do something. Come at me, you poor girl. Oh, she came at her. Sunan splashes her drink right in the brat's face. Ying Ying screams, more upset about her designer dress than anything. Do you think I'll tolerate you like I did before? Sunan asks, her voice deadly calm. The sister shrieks and raises her hand for a slap, but our girl is way too fast for that. She catches that wrist midair. She twists Ying Ying's arm, making her cry out in pain. Sunan leans in close, a terrifyingly sweet smile on her face. Your mouth is so dirty, she whispers. Let me wash it for you. Her friend screams in horror as our girl shoves the brat's head right into the running water of the sink. Absolute chaos, and just like that, our girl gets dunked into the water. Her so-called friends just watch, one even trying to hide a nasty little cough laugh. But a queen has already arrived to survey the scene. Miss Fu, she says with a savage little smile, I warned you not to mess with me. The little minion is shaking in her boots. Sunan isn't the doormat she used to be. And with a flip of her hair, our girl leaves the drama behind. But of course, the trash has to be waiting for her in the hallway. Her useless ex-husband stands there looking all broody. He calls her name, but she completely ignores him. She pauses just to let him know she's enjoying his suffering. She tells him he's too late. The person he's looking for is unavailable permanently. He has the audacity to ask why she divorced him. She tells him it's too late for answers. Just take care of his new girl and stay away. They're on separate paths now. She waves him off, not even wanting to mention the other woman's name. Let's just pretend we don't know each other. Absolute ice queen, she walks away, leaving him to stare at what he lost. Suddenly, a new man appears, draping his jacket over her shoulders. He sweetly asks if she's tired and wants to go home. A little puppy dog asks to join, but her new man is having none of it. He shuts the kid down cold, leaving him to sob alone. The next day, the internet is already buzzing. A scandalous rumor is spreading that the wealthy couple is getting back together. Our girl scrolls through it at her CEO desk, completely unbothered. Her friends are blowing up her group chat about the news disappearing so fast. Apparently, her new man dropped a cool million to protect her reputation. Our girl just smiles, enjoying the chaos from her throne. Just then, she gets a message. It's her friend, the famous artist Zio Ran. He needs a date for a charity dinner. She agrees immediately, ready for another night out. And just like that, they're at a fancy charity auction. The tables are filled with the city's elite. Zio Ran explains the event, trying to get her some good exposure. But Sunan isn't listening. Her eyes have locked onto something. Or someone. Ugh, speak of the devils, it's her ex-mother-in-law and the homewrecker. Why are they everywhere I go? She groans. The auctioneer announces the next item, a precious emerald pipe. Donated by none other than the Fu family, the starting bid is 3 million. Sunan's eyes go wide, she knows that pipe. It's a priceless Fu family heirloom. She was once punished for just touching it. The ex-mother-in-law immediately bids 3 million. Sunan sees right through their little scheme. They're just buying it back for publicity. A wicked little smirk spreads across her face. Interesting, she thinks. Let's play. She calmly lifts her paddle, 10 million. The entire audience erupts in chaos. The Fu women are absolutely stunned. Sunan, why is she here? The mother-in-law is seething. She just wanted an easy win for some good press. But now her billionaire ex-daughter-in-law is here, and she looks ready for war. She's convinced Sunan is here just to humiliate them. Through gritted teeth, she bids 11 million. Without even blinking, Sunan raises her back, 12 million. The old woman looks like she's about to explode. What on earth is Sunan planning? The bidding is getting intense and Madame Fu is sweating bullets. Her limit is 10 million. But our girl is just getting started, calmly raising the bid to 30 million. Madame Fu is absolutely losing her mind. 30 million going once, twice, sold. To the beautiful blonde, the other two look like they're about to pop a blood vessel. Our girl heads to the back to claim her prize. A staff member hands over the pipe she won. She inspects it and confirms it's the real deal. But just as they're wrapping it up, the hags from the auction show up. Madame Fu immediately starts yelling about manners. Our girl coolly acknowledges her former mother-in-law. The old woman is furious, screeching, "Don't you forget I'm your mother-in-law." Our girl gives her a savage smirk. "Sorry, are you getting old? I'm divorced, I don't have one of those." The sheer audacity leaves them speechless. Our girl asks if they have a problem with her tone. Madame Fu panics, realizing old Master Fu will be furious if she doesn't get that pipe. She tries to buy it off our girl for the bid price, but Sunan just says, "You're late." The old hag even tries to guilt-trip her about the old man's health. Our girl is not having it. She takes her new purchase, paid for with her own money. Madame Fu threatens her, saying her ex-husband is on his way. Sunan just smirks, "As long as I'm happy, I can afford it." She's about to sign the final paperwork when a voice yells, "Stop." Oh great, look who it is. It's her trash ex-husband, Yi Chuan. The peanut gallery is shocked. The little sister immediately runs to him, crying about how Sunan stole Grandpa's pipe. She clings to his arm like a damsel in distress. He glares daggers at our girl. He dares to accuse her of stealing his grandpa's things. Sunan is over this family reunion. She tries to leave, but they block her path. She claps back hard. "It's mine now, are you going to rob me?" She even reminds Madame Fu to worry about getting kicked out herself. The raw, unfiltered savagery is beautiful. She asks why she can't do better than them, leaving her ex-husband stunned into silence. His mother just clings to him, looking absolutely pathetic. He tries a different tactic, asking how much she wants for it. Our girl just scoffs, "Do I look like I'm short of money?" She gives him one last chilling smile. "I'm telling you, this is just the beginning." Our girl's assistant informs her that President Fu wants to have dinner. But she's already getting flowers from another suitor, young Master Cheng. She coldly tells her assistant to just turn down all future invitations, and as for the flowers, throw them away. Suddenly, a voice cries out in heartbreak. It's young Master Cheng, who can't believe she just tossed his gift. He's furious she rejected his dinner invitation. Our girl cheekily says being seen with him would cause too much gossip. He doesn't care, insisting she's in the wrong and has to buy him dinner. Surprisingly, she agrees and they head out, but as they're about to leave the building, a figure stops them in their tracks. It's her ex-husband, and the tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Just to make things more chaotic, the ex's bratty brother shows up. He immediately accuses her of being busy with a new man every day. Our queen just smiles and drops the most savage clapback. She asks if he's just jealous and wants to date her too, which makes him gag. She then completely roasts his physique, saying he's not up to her standards. The little man is literally shaking with anger. He seethes, thinking she'd change her tune if she saw him naked. Young Master Cheng has had enough and grabs her arm to leave. He pulls her away from the toxic ex-family. Later at dinner, the mood is clearly ruined. She puts down her glass, needing to escape for a moment. She tells Cheng to call his secretary to pick them up. Feeling a little tipsy, she heads out of the restroom and bumps right into her ex-husband. Again, he has the nerve to call it a coincidence. She's not buying it and tells him she was just about to leave. He grabs her arm, desperately trying to talk. She shuts him down cold. Business inquiries go through her assistant. End of discussion. He tries to make an offer for his project, but she's not having it. She reminds him that ignoring him means she refuses. Just then, her date comes to the rescue, calling for her to leave. She tells him she forgot her bag. Like a true gentleman, he offers to go get it for her. While she's waiting outside, she overhears a very interesting conversation. The ex and his brother are talking about his mistress, Kaio Wan-ru, returning. The brother says Fu Yichuan should forgive her for whatever she did. He calls sending her abroad a punishment, and our girl is livid. A punishment? What about the 3 years of hell she went through? A wicked little smile spreads across her face. Since he's so ready to forgive his mistress, she'll prepare a very special welcome home gift. Later, Cheng drops her off at her mansion. But before she can head inside, he suddenly pulls her back. He looks her dead in the eyes, telling her she deserves better than her ex. He declares that she is his queen, which is a bold move. She thinks he's just a smooth-talking playboy. She playfully calls him out on his skills at coaxing women. He insists his lines are reserved only for her. He swears he's innocent of his reputation. He gently places a hand on her shoulder. He tells her to get some rest and leaves with a charming smile. Our heroine watches him go, lost in thought. She lets out a heavy sigh, the night's drama finally catching up to her. She enters her massive, empty home, but a determined smirk is already forming on her lips. She immediately whips out her phone, ready for her next move. She posts a picture of a fancy jade pipe announcing new arrivals. The next day, she's back at the Sue Group building, ready for business. She strides confidently into an office, but she's immediately blocked by two very large bodyguards. An old man barks at her, demanding to know why she didn't knock. Chairman Fu barges in, scolding her for having no manners. But our girl just smirks, asking if he's here to show off his power. She savagely tells him to sit down, reminding him this is her office. The old man is stunned she's the new vice president, accusing her of finding a new backer. With a chaotic glint in her eye, she asks if he wants her to kneel like she used to. In her territory, there are no elders, only subordinates. The ex-mother-in-law shrieks, telling her not to piss off Grandpa. Sunan just scoffs, he's your grandfather, not mine. The woman is left absolutely speechless. Chairman Fu finally gets to the point, demanding his precious emerald pipe back. But our girl flashes a peace sign and declares she is absolutely not going to sell it. The old man is furious, accusing her of sabotaging them on purpose. She confirms it, stating she's not the weakest person in the world anymore. He threatens to tell her new boss that his son is dating a divorced woman. Our girl just shrugs, as you wish. He immediately pulls out his phone to tattle like a child. He smirks, thinking he's about to ruin her life. He gets her father, Chairman Su, on the line. Our girl just listens, amused by his pathetic attempt. He complains that Su Jin is seeing a divorced woman, but her dad's response is legendary. It's just a woman, what's the big deal? Chairman Fu sputters that this woman is the new VP. But Chairman Su claps back, telling him to mind his own family's business before hanging up. Humiliated, the old man warns her she'll never get into the Su family. She just smiles, completely unfazed by his empty threats. Don't worry about that, she says, looking like a total queen. She then calls security to see the random people out of her office. The power move is just chef's kiss. Defeated, they have no choice but to leave. Once they're gone, she lets out a sigh and calls her dad. She tells him how the old man tried to complain right in front of her. Her dad is absolutely livid that they dared to bully his precious daughter. She laughs, telling him they'll give the Fu family a taste of their own medicine. Just then, her assistant knocks. He informs her that a President Lin Ji wants to have dinner to discuss a project. She agrees and hangs up with her dad. Later that night, she arrives for the meeting. But who is sitting there? Her trash ex-husband, Fu Yichuan. She immediately realizes this was a setup. Heh, what a boring man. Our girl is immediately on the defensive, calling this whole meeting a trap. She tells President Fu there's nothing to discuss about the stupid pipe. The other man tries to calm her down, saying she can set any condition she wants. A dangerous glint appears in her eye. She agrees, but only if she can talk to President Fu alone. With the other two gone, the tension in the room is so thick you could cut it with a knife. And then she drops the most savage condition ever. Make his precious Kaio Wenru pay back every drop of blood she donated within 1 year. President Fu is completely floored. He can't believe what he's hearing. Our girl just smirks. You got your money back, I want my blood back, fair is fair. He desperately asks if this means he gets the pipe. She just waves him off with a cool "we'll talk later, queen." Meanwhile, his mistress Kaio Wen-ru arrives at the airport, all smiles. She happily greets her man, Yi Chuan, completely oblivious to the storm coming her way. In the car, he breaks the news. Sunan wants her blood back, all of it, in a year. The fake tears start immediately. Are you still mad at me? She sobs. She lays the guilt trip on thick, trying to manipulate him. And of course, he falls for it, suggesting he'll try to negotiate a 3-year deadline instead. But behind her tearful facade, Kaio Wen-ru is seething. I have to kill her, she thinks. Back at the Sue Group, President Fu has the audacity to show up at our girl's office. She's not having it, calling him an idle man with nothing better to do. He pleads his case, asking her to give his precious mistress 3 years to pay back the blood. Our girl stares him down, her expression unreadable. Sure, she says with a chilling smile, telling him to open a drawer. She walks towards him, holding the priceless emerald pipe he's been after. And then she just lets it go. It smashes into a million pieces on the floor. He screams her name in fury, but she just tells him it's time to leave. Ice cold. After his dramatic exit, her colleague pulls her aside. Apparently, some nasty rumors are spreading about her. Like really nasty, that she was kicked out of the Fu family and is basically a high-class mistress. He reveals the source of the rumors is a jealous coworker named Lin Shuang who's at a party right now. Our girl decides it's time to crash that party. Inside, the gossip girls are already trashing Sunan, calling her a shameless homewrecker. They don't even try to be quiet about it. Lin Shuang the snake is putting on a show, crying about how she can't compete with our girl. But then a voice cuts through the crowd. What lesson are you trying to teach me? The room goes silent. Our girl has arrived and she does not look pleased. She walks straight up to the trembling rumor monger. I came here just for you. And then she unleashes holy chaos, dumping her entire drink right on Lin Shuang's head. Lin Shuang immediately gets in our girl's face, calling her crazy. She screams for security, but Sunan just grabs her arm with a sly grin. Suddenly, the giant screen lights up, showing some very compromising photos. And look who it is, Director Zhang getting cozy with another woman. His actual wife goes absolutely ballistic and screams Sunan's name. She lunges forward and slaps the daylights out of the other woman. "How dare you seduce my husband, you vixen?" she screams. As absolute chaos erupts, our girl just turns and walks away. Later, she gets a call from a friend inviting her to a fashion show. Of course she'll be there, she needs a new outfit for all this drama. The next day, they arrive at a super exclusive boutique. The manager has cleared the entire store just for them. They are shown the most exclusive limited edition dresses. Our girl looks them over. These are not bad. "Then I'll take them all," a true billionaire move. But just then, a loud, obnoxious voice interrupts them. It's Fu Ying, another one of Sunan's lovely acquaintances. She's throwing a tantrum about the poor customer service. The manager tries to explain the VIPs upstairs can't be disturbed. But this girl doesn't care about rules, she demands to go up. Her friend tries to stop her, but it's no use. She's determined to see who's more important than her. Ignoring everyone, she stomps right up the stairs. She complains about some ill-mannered person making noise. And who does she find? Sunan and her friend looking fabulous. Fu Ying's friend smirks. "It's been a long time, Sunan." Our girl's reply is pure ice. If it isn't the mistress, the manager tries to de-escalate, but the mistress wants to stay. She sweetly asks Sunan if she minds them watching together. "I mind." Our girl stands up looking down on them. "Because your breathing will disturb my mood." Absolutely savage. The mistress freezes, completely humiliated. Fu Ying, however, completely loses her mind. She screeches that she has money and will buy everything Sunan wants. Our girl just smiles, "Get them the hell out of here." Then she tells the manager to wrap up all the clothes for MS. Fu Ying scoffs, saying she'll buy it all just to throw it away. Sunan just holds up her phone. "That's good, I'll send you the recording." She slides the phone to the manager, sealing the deal. Fu Ying still acts tough, boasting about her family's money. Our girl and her friend walk away, leaving the trash to take itself out. The manager presents the bill. "That will be $649 million, please." The look on their faces is priceless. They are completely floored. Fu Ying can only scream Sunan's name in fury. Our girl arrives at the venue, absolutely starstruck by the beautiful building. But her friend is all business, pulling her backstage to get ready. Get ready for what? Our heroine asks, completely clueless. Her friend just winks, cryptically saying, "Get ready for your beauty." And just like that, the show begins. The host announces the debut of the stars of the show. A model walks out in a stunning pink gown, embodying the theme of the galaxy. The designer watches with pride, explaining her concept. Every woman is a unique constellation, a star in her own right. The crowd is absolutely captivated. Then the host announces the grand finale. A dazzling necklace shines on stage. It's the final gown, the magnificent Cassiopeia, and the model wearing it is absolutely breathtaking. She is the picture of elegance and nobility. With a seductive turn, she captures everyone's attention. The crowd is buzzing, captivated by her beauty, and look who's in the audience. It's our male lead, and he's smiling, completely enchanted by the model on stage. Meanwhile, two jealous girls in the audience are giggling amongst themselves. One of them starts whispering trash about the modeling world, calling it a mess. But the woman in the pink dress overhears their nasty comments and turns around to confront them. She's shocked to see who it is. It's Kin Yu, and she sneers at the gossipers. "Isn't this the dress Sunan didn't want? You're actually wearing it." She mocks, leaving them speechless and fuming. Not done yet, Kin Yu decides she wants a photo with the star model. She calls out, and as the model turns, everyone's jaws hit the floor. It's our girl Sunan. The mean girl is horrified. "I don't want a photo with you," she shrieks. "You'll lower my grade." But Sunan's designer friend steps in with a savage clapback. "I didn't even invite your president. How did you even get in here?" The mean girls are stunned into silence. As the designer tries to lead Sunan away, the hater grabs her arm, demanding answers. And then the ultimate reveal. "Why is she here?" the designer asks. "Because she is the boss here." The two haters are absolutely shook. "Now get out," she says, as our girl serves them the coldest look imaginable. But the drama isn't over. The press arrives, and they've spotted the commotion. They quickly put two and two together. Sunan is the boss of Cher. Sunan panics. She'll be in huge trouble if she gets caught by the press. She makes a run for it with her friends. The reporters see them splitting up and decide to chase after Sunan. As she's running for her life, a strong hand suddenly grabs her wrist. She's yanked into a dark room, and the door is slammed shut behind them. It's him, the man from the audience. He presses her against the wall, telling her to be quiet. The reporters are right outside, confused about where he disappeared to. Our girl is completely flustered, her heart pounding. He leans and closes a finger to her lips. "SHH," he whispers, the air thick with unspoken tension. A man's voice whispers in her ear, and our girl's heart just about stops. She quickly pulls away, trying to act cool after he helped her hide. He tells her the coast is clear. She thanks him and introduces herself, but he just says it was a passing help. Our girl thinks he's a bit cold for not even sharing his name. He opens the door for her, warning her about the reporters outside. As she walks away, he watches her with a curious gaze, and a tiny, handsome smirk plays on his lips. This man is intrigued. She immediately finds her friend, who is dying for the details. Her friend asks if the mystery man was hot. Our girl admits he's totally her type, but way too aloof. But their fun is cut short by the arrival of a very unwelcome guest. It's her trash ex-husband, and he looks furious. He demands to know when she became a business partner. She hits him with a savage comeback, telling him her business is none of his. Suddenly, a piercing scream echoes through the hall. The ex's new girl collapses, conveniently bleeding from the head. Her lackey immediately starts a scene, trying to blame our girl. She tries to leave, but the girl screams for her to stop. She shouts that her friend needs a blood transfusion, and everyone knows who the mobile blood bank is. The crowd starts whispering, calling the Fu family inhumane. Our girl has had enough of this nonsense. The sister-in-law then has the audacity to guilt-trip her into donating blood, but our heroine stands firm. Her life and death has nothing to do with me. Of course, the ex-husband steps in, ordering her to stay and help. She just lets out a cold, empty laugh. Does he really think he can command her? She walks forward, but not towards the victim. Instead, she yanks the loudmouthed friend right off her feet. The ex-husband catches the falling girl, who whines in pain. Our girl delivers a chilling warning: if you dare to seek my blood again, don't blame me for asking for it back with interest. Her friend calls out the Green Tea Act, but the sister calls Sunan a vicious shrew. Our girl's friend whips out her phone, ready to call the police on these scammers. The ex tries to stop them, claiming Sunan is a savior. What a joke. The fake damsel clutches her head, begging her ex to make Sunan help her. He's actually trying to pressure her into this. But a new, smooth voice cuts through the chaos. Someone reminds them all that Sunan has no obligation to them whatsoever. And standing right beside her is the handsome stranger from before. She looks up in shock. It's him. The ladies in the background are absolutely swooning over our girl's handsome companion. But one of them immediately starts running her mouth, warning her friend that Sunan is a gold digger. The trash sister is suddenly cornered, being accused of attempted murder. The ex-brother-in-law steps in to defend the real villainess. What a chaotic mess. The schemer points fingers, but our girl's new ally tells her to shut up. He then turns to Sunan, offering to protect her. She agrees, but her inner monologue is pure savage. I'll just play along for now. As he leads her away, she can't help but get goosebumps from his cringy act. A cute chibi version of her is totally grossed out by the whole display. The terrible trio is left fuming in their dust. You absolutely love to see it. He quickly lets go, apologizing for being so forward. Our girl thanks him for the save. He introduces himself as Shang Kaiyan, but the name only rings a faint bell for her. Like a true gentleman, he offers to drive her home. Of course she accepts. But his inner thought reveals a secret past. She doesn't remember me. The plot thickens. Back at the mansion, our poor heroine is exhausted when her phone suddenly buzzes. Her manager is in full-blown panic mode. The internet is apparently in an uproar about her. She scrolls through the comments, and it's a total smear campaign questioning her success. This chaos is even tanking the company's stock price, and now her brother is calling. Her big bro tells her to stay calm. He reveals old man Fu is behind this petty revenge. But he has a master plan. Their dad is going to reveal her true identity to the world. She hangs up, trusting her brother to handle the drama. Meanwhile, at the Fu residence, the old man is demanding news on Sunan. His son reports the stock is stable, but the old man isn't satisfied. He orders him to call her. The assistant immediately complies. This can't be good. But our girl is unbothered, trying to snag a limited edition perfume from a live stream. Just as she's about to click buy, Old Master Fu calls. The timing is chaotic and she misses it. Annoyed, she messages the streamer to buy everything. The streamer mocks her, asking if she can afford the 800 million in sales. The streamer then whines on her live broadcast about a broke customer harassing her. The absolute nerve. The live streamer scoffs at the customer who left, calling her poor. She condescendingly lectures her viewers about working hard, but her phone buzzes and it's her boss. He's screaming that the rich baby just bought the entire company. Our girl is the new boss. The streamer spits her drink out, completely stunned. And who is this mysterious new owner? It's our queen, Sunan, looking absolutely fabulous. She casually re-enters the live stream chat. The streamer's attitude changes in a heartbeat and she starts groveling. But Sunan is here for revenge, typing, "I'm rich and I'm going to punish her." She doesn't waste a single second. Just 2 brutal words, "You're fired." The streamer's world completely collapses on live TV. The chat absolutely explodes with laughter. Sunan thinks this is a perfect way to end the night. She happily rolls around in bed, celebrating her victory. But her phone buzzes and it's old Master Fu. She answers, her voice dripping with impatience. She even tells the old man to stand up straight. He roars, furious that she hung up on him before. Her comeback is legendary. "I can hang up whenever I want." The old man is about to have a stroke. He tries to bribe her with money and a pity job at his company. He thinks she needs his charity just to eat. Our girl finds this absolutely ridiculous. She tells him to save his family's food for the dogs. Then click, she hangs up on him again. She's just speechless at his sheer audacity. Old Master Fu is shaking with rage, ordering his men to find her and destroy her reputation. Unbothered, Sunan goes to visit her brother with gifts. She rings the bell, excited to see him. She bursts in with a happy surprise. But her smile instantly vanishes, because standing right there is her worthless ex-husband. It's Fu Yechuan, and he looks just as shocked to see her. He offers to help with her bags, but she's frozen. Her brother introduces his friend, Shang Kaiyan, claiming they knew each other as kids. She doesn't remember him at all. He smoothly says it's enough that he remembers her. Her brother then drops a bomb. Their grandpas used to joke about betrothing them. Betrothing, a forgotten memory, suddenly rushes back. It's him, the little boy from all those years ago. A flashback shows her as a kid, flat out refusing the arrangement. While he had a major glow-up, her brother adds that Shang Kaiyan was pretty sad when she got married. He offers her a cup of tea, looking concerned. She just scoffs, calling her marriage a worthless mistake. They clink their teacups, a silent toast. He sincerely wishes her happiness in the future. They share a sweet, lingering look. Her brother clears his throat, breaking the tension. He asks Sunan to show Shang Kaiyan around the city. She immediately volunteers, happy for the chance to thank him. He thanks her back, a charming smile on his face. Then he calls her Nan Nan, getting way too familiar way too fast. Her brother's protective instincts kick in, and he does not look pleased. Just as our girl is about to leave, she stopped dead in her tracks. Her trash ex-husband is standing right there, asking why she's here. He claims he came to see her. Then he has the absolute audacity to demand she apologize to his grandpa. Our girl is not having it. "Do you think I'm a fool?" she asks, pure ice in her veins. She completely goes off on him. "Your family slandered me, and now you're pretending to be my savior? How disgusting." He tries to weakly apologize for the past, but she cuts him right off. "Don't bother, I'm used to it," she says with a savage smirk. She gives him one final warning: "Tell your grandpa to back off or else." He can't even believe his ears, but just as the drama peaks, a new challenger appears. A handsome man in glasses steps out of her house. He coolly asks if she was going for a drive, adding that he was delayed by someone unrelated. The shade. The ex-husband's brain completely short-circuits. He realizes she's already moved on and is living with another man. He absolutely loses it, gritting his teeth in a jealous rage. He screams her name, demanding to know why this guy is coming out of her house. The new man coolly asks about their relationship, and our girl delivers the final blow: "None of your business." The ex starts yelling about how depraved she is, but he's interrupted by a sudden flash of cameras. A whole mob of reporters swarms them out of nowhere. They bombard them with questions about divorce and her rumored boyfriends. They even ask if her ex-husband is funding her new life. Our girl has had enough. She shuts them all down. She announces she'll address everything at an upcoming event. But for now, her lawyers will be suing them all for trespassing. Just then, security appears like clockwork. The reporters are quickly escorted off the property. The new man smirks at the ex. The Fu family's methods are laughably low-level. Sunan just watches the chaos unfold. The ex tries to deny he called them, but our girl just scoffs, "Who cares?" and slams the door in his face. Of course, the whole incident is already blowing up online. The comments are a chaotic mess, with people speculating wildly. The slander is getting out of control, but someone powerful is watching. A man grips his phone, his face filled with rage as he mutters, "Damn you, Fu family." He immediately commands his men to make arrangements. "I'm going back to support my precious daughter." Inside the car, the silence is deafening. Our girl scrolls through the news on her phone, and the headlines are brutal. Her handsome driver notices her frown. "You don't seem very happy," he says. She sighs, explaining the reporters are calling him her pretty boy toy. She feels awful for dragging him into her mess, but he just smiles, saying it's a fun new experience for him. What a sweetheart. He hopes the nasty comments didn't affect her mood, and with a gentle smile, he completely melts her worries away. "I'm satisfied with you being by my side," he says smoothly. To cheer her up, he offers to take her shopping at the mall. They arrive at a high-end luxury store. Our girl takes a moment to relax, sipping some fancy tea. But her peace is shattered when the staff announces 2 new arrivals. She immediately goes rigid. "Oh no, not asterisk, those asterisk too." And of course, in walk the 2 witches, gossiping loudly about her. They're celebrating her supposed downfall. They spot her and feign shock. "Sunan, why are you here?" Then they immediately start lecturing her about ruining the Fu family's reputation. The sheer audacity of these 2 is astounding. But our girl is done being a doormat. She claps back with pure savagery. "Your family plotted against me, and I haven't even made you pay yet." The mean girl is stunned into silence. Her friend tries to defend her, but Sunan just calls them barking dogs. "Keep your mouth clean," the witch screeches. The tension is so thick you could cut it with a designer handbag. Just then, her handsome companion returns. "Why is it so noisy?" The mean girl's jaw drops. She can't believe a man this hot is with Sunan. A wicked idea forms in her mind. She's going to snatch him away. Our girl scoffs. The clothes are okay, but some stinky things are polluting the environment. He smirks, playing along. Shall we ask the store to get rid of the dirty things? He literally calls them hazardous waste. This duo is chaotic and I love it. He steps aside to take a call. The witch sees her chance and eagerly follows him. She corners him as he hangs up the phone. Wait, she calls out, trying to look seductive. She introduces herself as the young miss of the Fu family, then proceeds to trash talk our girl. His response, a cold, uninterested so. She ridiculously tries to hire him away from Sunan, asking for his price. He just chuckles, too bad, I don't like you. The rejection hits her like a truck. She flies into a humiliated rage. She tries to pull rank, saying he's blessed she even noticed him. He tells her to keep it. That's when our girl arrives, ready to throw down. If you have nothing to do, go find a building to jump from. The witch shrieks, calling Sunan a woman of loose morals. Our girl just smirks, leaning against her man. Why is MS Fu jealous? He wraps his arm around her, playing along perfectly. Don't worry, I won't leave you. Then he delivers the final blow. Besides, the Fu family doesn't have much money. Our girl adds that she even sold her grandpa's antiques to make ends meet. A savage combo. The witch is left absolutely fuming as our power couple just laughs in her face. Our girl apologizes for the family drama she just endured, but her date just asks if the Fu family is always this chaotic. He sighs, wondering where they get all their energy. He offers to handle the bad press, but our girl has her own savage plans. She says they'll only be around for a little while. They arrive for dinner and she's stunned. He ordered all of her favorite dishes. She jokes that he's so sweet, he has the potential to be a gigolo. And this man just smiles, saying he's fine with that as long as she's happy. I'm swooning. They clink glasses, enjoying the perfect date. But of course, the peace is shattered when someone spots them. It's her ex-husband, Fui Chuan, and he does not look pleased. He glares as they share a moment. The jealousy is practically radiating off him as he grinds his teeth. His friend starts running his mouth, saying she's with a pretty boy now. And that's the last straw. The ex storms over to their table. He actually accuses her of doing all this just to get him to remarry her. Our girl literally chokes. The absolute nerve. She tells him he really loves to flatter himself. Her date immediately shuts him down, saying there's no place for him here. She stands up, demanding to know why he's causing a scene. The ex calls her date a lowlife. Oh, it is on now. Shang Kaian steps up, telling President Fu to take some responsibility. He calls him out for treating her badly and not letting anyone else treat her well. Our girl scoffs. She's a treasure to her own family. Why would she stoop so low for his? She says they should go, but her date has a better idea. He smirks at the ex and says, I think it's not us who should leave. Fu Chuan is left fuming as they completely own him. Shang Kaian just calmly asks if the interruption ruined her mood. What a king, he just wants her to have a little fun. Meanwhile, the internet is exploding with news of their date. Headlines pop up about the ex-wife having a sweet meal with her new male favorite. The comments are an absolute war zone. Back at the company, an assistant asks her brother if they should handle the hot search. He says no. He's on the phone with even more backup. Her third brother is coming back from abroad. The news is blowing up with headlines about the king of movies, Su Kai, returning home. At the airport, a massive crowd of fans is screaming his name. He breezes through the VIP access lane, ignoring the chaos. The chants for Su Kai are deafening. He takes off his shades with a smirk, thinking how he shines everywhere he goes. While waiting, he shoots a quick text to his sister. Nan, I'm at the airport. I'll be there soon. Suddenly, the VIP lounge door opens. A thirsty fan barges in, exclaiming she's finally found him. Sukai is completely unbothered by her presence. She introduces herself as a young miss from the Fu family and asks for his number. He shuts her down instantly. Sorry, I don't share my info. The girl and her friend try to pressure him, flexing their family's influence. His eyes turn to ice. He is not impressed. He makes a quick excuse and turns to leave. As he walks off, the girls decide they're not done yet and follow him. Fu Yingying is getting seriously anxious. But then Sukai's entire face lights up as he spots someone. Nan. Our girl Sunan turns around, looking like a goddess. He rushes over and gives her the biggest, most adorable hug ever. He even taunts the two stalkers who followed him. Fu Yingying absolutely loses it. She screams that he's not allowed to hug Sunan. Our girl just casually asks her brother what took him so long. He calls the other girls unclean people. Savage, this pushes Fu Yingying over the edge. Who are you calling unclean? She then has the audacity to ask Sunan how many men she has. Our girl just smirks, ready to serve. She leans in and says she has countless men. An absolute icon, Fu Yingying snaps and lunges forward to slap her, but her hand is caught midair. It's Sukai and his expression is terrifying. Try saying that again. He grips her wrist, not playing around. The girl is frozen solid with fear. He contemptuously shakes her off and leads his sister away. Fu Yingying collapses onto the floor, utterly humiliated. Sukai and Sunan walk off without a single glance back. Fu Yingying has a full-blown tantrum on the airport floor. Her friend looks down, calling her a useless woman. but then she gets a wonderfully wicked idea. She comforts her friend, a plan already forming. She holds up a photo of the hug, saying they can let Sukai's fans save him from Sunan. Back at the family mansion, Sukai brags to his older brother. He proudly recounts how he defended his little sister from the Fu family girl. He's acting like a total kid, demanding praise. But his brother just holds up a phone. Explain this first. It's a breaking news article shipping Sukai and Sunan as a couple. The fans are rioting. Sukai looks absolutely horrified. He forgot about his rabid fanbase. Our girl realizes Fu Yingying must have leaked the photo to stir up trouble. Her older brother immediately offers to handle the PR nightmare for her. Sukai looks on, a nervous wreck. But Sunan stops him with a smirk. Wait, she has a plan and it's going to be chaotic. She suggests they wait until the company anniversary tomorrow to settle everything at once. Our girl arrives at the banquet, looking like an absolute goddess. The dress is immaculate, the jewelry is sparkling. But of course, the haters are already whispering in the corner. She pays them no mind, her eyes locking with someone across the room. It's her trash ex, Fu Yechuan, and he looks furious to see her. He storms over, demanding to know what she's doing here. She just smirks, asking why she can't come. He grabs her, hissing that everyone is waiting to see her make a fool of herself. He warns her not to cause any trouble for his new girl. He claims he can't protect her if anything happens. Bro, who asked you? Our queen elegantly shakes off his hand. Protect me, she scoffs, don't be ridiculous. She calls him out, saying he's just afraid of her implicating his precious Fu family. Just then, the new flame and her posse show up. She begs Sunan to stop making trouble, playing the innocent victim. Her little friend pipes up, calling our girl a man seducer. The whole group gangs up on her, calling her a divorced woman trying to cling to the wealthy. This old hag really has a death wish, and Sunan grants it. Slap. The woman is stunned. Her daughter screams, "How dare you hit my mom?" So Sunan gives her 1-2, a perfect double kill. Ying Ying cries out for her mommy. Our girl coldly warns them to watch their mouths. The peanut gallery begs Fu Yechuan to teach her a lesson. He turns to Sunan, telling her she's gone too far. The new girl chimes in, saying this will make the Su family a laughingstock. Sunan just lets out a little chuckle. She looks down on them and says, "Your existence is the biggest joke around here." Absolutely savage. Meanwhile, two powerful men are chatting. One of them is shading the Fu family for using someone's blood like a bank. The other man, Chairman Su, looks grim. He's called away to give a speech. Chairman Su takes the podium. He announces this banquet is specially for his daughter. The crowd murmurs, wondering who she is. Fu Yechuan is suddenly on high alert. Wait. The chairman begins to call out some names. He gets to the last one, Sunan. Fu Yechuan is frozen in shock. It couldn't be. Chairman Su takes our girl's hand, proudly presenting her. Sunan, my precious daughter, and the only treasure of my Su family. The entire audience is in an uproar. Fu Yechuan is completely stunned. Seriously, the new girl can't believe her eyes. But the chairman isn't done. He drops another bomb. Sunan is also my designated heir. He declares that anyone who talks badly about his baby are enemies of him and the entire Su family. Our girl just smiles, looking like the queen she is. The Fu family is absolutely losing their minds. In a flashback, her ex asks her, "Was marrying me just a mistake that wasn't worth mentioning?" The crowd is buzzing. They're not lovers, they're brother and sister. The Fu family is in complete denial. An orphan with no money? Impossible. The Fu patriarch screams at his daughter to shut up. Then Sunan's brother drops the biggest bomb of the night. He's transferring all his shares to her, making her the next successor. He publicly announces his full support for his little sister. Sunan thanks her family for their trust. Our girl takes the mic, looking like an absolute queen. She radiates pure power. The crowd can't believe it, and her ex-husband looks devastated. They wonder why a rich girl would ever marry him. A reporter immediately asks if this divorce means war between the families. The mistress tries to console Yi Chuan, completely delusional. But Sunan just smiles, about to drop some hard truths. She says she hid her identity on purpose, and divorcing him was to stop making mistakes. Ouch, Yi Chuan is shattered while his father is drowning in regret. The old man wishes he'd never allowed the divorce. Fu Yingying starts screaming hysterically, refusing to believe it. How could she have something that I don't have? Sunan delivers a savage comeback, calling her crazy with jealousy. Then she flexes by handing out expensive souvenirs to the guests. She looks at the mistress with pure contempt. She even shoves a limited edition bag right in her face. The crowd is amazed by her wealth and class. Chairman Fu tries to smooth things over with her father, but Dad isn't having it and refuses a private chat. The old man apologizes, blaming his family. But her father calls him out for treating his daughter like a servant and a blood bank. The wicked mother-in-law dares to blame Sunan for hiding her identity. Then the other girl starts her fake apology act. Sunan just stares her down with a death glare. She calls her trash and asks who gave her permission to speak. Then she calls security. The girl begs Yi Chuan for help, but he just stands there. Our girl lays down an ultimatum: show sincerity or all business ties are cut. Chairman Fu immediately surrenders. The entire Fu family looks completely and utterly defeated. Sunan has her brother show them the door. As they're being kicked out, Yi Chuan tries one last time. Sunan, let's talk. But she just gives him the coldest look in history. Our girl tells him they have nothing to talk about, but he grabs her arm. She immediately slaps his hand away, telling him not to touch her. He stands there stunned, wondering if things are truly over between them. But our heroine is done playing games. She cuts him off before he can even start his apology tour. She roasts him, asking why he expects regret when he thinks the whole world revolves around him. He tries to stammer out an excuse, but it's too late. A new challenger has entered the arena. It's Shang Kaiyan, and he looks like a knight in shining armor. He swoops in and congratulates our girl on her new life, right in front of the ex. He even brought her a gift. He smoothly says he knows her well enough to pick something she'd love. The ex just has to stand there and take it, looking absolutely miserable. He's clenching his fists, trying to endure the insane jealousy. A flashback hits him of when he was a total jerk to our girl over the other woman. Back in the present, Shang Kaiyan asks if she wants to explain anything to him. Our girl gives the most savage response ever. Who cares, she says, turning her back on him completely. But someone is watching them leave, and she is absolutely fuming. The other woman is literally biting her own finger in rage, whining about our girl taking her man. She immediately whips out her phone. She tells the person on the other end that they can take action tonight. This witch is pure evil. You forced me to do this, she seethes. Meanwhile, our girl is saying goodbye to Shang Kaiyan in the parking lot. She has to leave early to oversee a new project. He gives her a charming smile, promising they'll meet again soon. She waves goodbye, happy to be free. She gets into her car, ready to leave the drama behind. But the drama isn't done with her. As she pulls out, a huge truck comes speeding out of nowhere. The driver has a sinister smile on his face. It's an ambush. Our girl is just trying to drive home when BAMs. Headlights glare straight at her. A massive truck is barreling towards her car. She squints, wondering what's wrong with the driver. Why aren't they braking? But before she can react, another car speeds in front of her. There's a sickening crash of metal. Someone yanks her car door open. It's her ex, Yi Chuan, looking panicked. Are you okay? He asks. She stumbles out of the car, trying to shake him off. Let go of me, she yells, but then she sees it. He's trying to be nice, but she's not having it. She pushes him away. It finally clicks. His Range Rover took most of the impact for her. The truck and his car are completely wrecked. She quietly thanks him. He insists on taking her to the hospital. But our girl has other plans. She whips out her phone and makes a call. Someone hired a killer to get me in a car accident. Yi Chuan freezes. She turns to him with a savage glare. Pray this has nothing to do with your people. He tries to say her name, but she cuts him off. She shoves a check into his hand, $10 million for his car and his trouble. He's just left standing there, completely stunned. He can't believe she thinks money is why he saved her. She gives him one last look. You were never stingy with me, so I can't be stingy either. And with that, our queen turns and walks away, leaving him looking utterly heartbroken. Meanwhile, the Fu family is in full-blown panic mode. The internet is dragging them and their stock is tanking. The mother is having a meltdown, blaming Sunan for everything. The grandfather has had enough. He smacks her with his cane. Shut up, you're a fool who can't do anything right, he bellows. She cries that he can't hit a child. The sister-in-law mutters that the mother was the one who abused Sunan the most. The old man just fumes, demanding to know where Yi Chuan is. Speak of the devil, Yi Chuan finally walks in. His mother immediately frets over the cut on his face. He explains that Sunan had an accident and he helped her out. The family is shocked. His sister gets a greedy look in her eye, thinking they are now Sunan's saviors. But Yi Chuan is disgusted. Are you out of your mind? We owe her an apology. But the grandfather has a different plan. He tells Yi Chuan to stop seeing his new girlfriend. He wants him to use this chance to win Sunan back. A marriage with the Su family is great news for them after all. Yi Chuan is not pleased. The old man scoffs. No matter how powerful she is, she's still a woman. You're her ex-husband, you can win her over. Grandpa Fu is absolutely losing it over his grandson's divorce. He lectures Yi Chuan, telling him he should be able to win Sunan back easily. But Yi Chuan just calls him unreasonable. The ex-mother-in-law chimes in with her own delusional take. Meanwhile, the whole world is finding out about our girl's glow-up. Sunan is now the richest woman, and everyone knows her ex is a scumbag. Back at the office, our queen dismisses their apology as crocodile tears. It's time for her big entrance as the new executive director of the Su Group. The board welcomes her with a round of applause, a true heroine's welcome. She immediately takes charge, announcing she'll personally lead a new research project. And don't worry, she already has the perfect person in mind for the job. Her colleague encourages her to leave the past behind. Our girl agrees, but her eyes tell a different story. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Just then, her phone buzzes. It's her second brother. He's just landed at the airport. She tells her team he's the new R&D lead, but an employee bursts in with urgent news. They found out who was behind her car accident, and the culprit is Kyo Wan-ru. Of course it was. Her colleague offers to help, but she shuts him down. Our girl is going to settle this score herself. Over at the airport, Lee Chun and his friend are waiting in the VIP lounge. The friend is getting impatient waiting for some tech genius named Sunner. He can't stop gushing over how amazing this guy is. Apparently, he's a huge deal in the chip research world. He credits Lee Chun for poaching such a big talent. But then the door slides open and in walks a total boss. It's Sunan. The friend immediately gets defensive, accusing her of trying to steal their new recruit. He warns Lee Chun not to fall for it. Lee Chun confronts her, asking what she's doing here. She claps back with a savage, "What do you own the airport?" The friend smirks, telling her she's too late because the Fu group already got him. But our girl just laughs in his face. She doesn't need their help. In fact, she says Sunner will be begging her for an introduction soon. Right on cue, the man of the hour arrives. And who is this handsome stranger? It's her second brother. She runs into his arms for a hug. He teases her for being so affectionate. The two of them look absolutely adorable together. Lee Chun is shook, telling his friend to shut his trap. And then the friend finally connects the dots. The legendary Sunner is Sunan's brother. Wouldn't you know it, our girl and her brother run into the ex-husband. Her brother tries to butter her up, offering to buy her anything. Sunan asks her second brother for help finding an AI expert. He happily agrees, patting her head affectionately. But the ex-husband just has to butt in, calling out to her companion. Our girl is so over it. Can you two stop appearing everywhere I go? The ex, Fu Chun, tries to introduce himself to her friend. But Mr. Sunner looks completely unimpressed. He delivers the coldest rejection ever. "Sorry, I'm not interested." Our girl can barely contain her smirk. She is living for this drama. Then she twists the knife, offering to introduce them herself. The ex is absolutely stunned by her power move. A few days later, our heroine arrives at a business meeting. She steps out of her Rolls Royce looking like $1,000,000. She's President Nan now and she owns it. Her assistant leads her into the building. A business partner points out the obvious. It's a three-way project between them and her ex. Sunan's reaction is priceless. "Oh, really? That's unfortunate." The ex tries to plead with her, saying they have to work together, but the air is thick with tension. So much for a peaceful meeting. The poor business partner is caught in the middle of this domestic disaster. He tries to be the peacemaker, suggesting they talk it out. Our girl shuts that down immediately. "I have nothing to say to him." The guy warns the ex to back off, saying Sunan isn't the same woman anymore. But the ex just seethes, unable to let go. Later, her brother notes how terrible her ex-husband looks. Our girl just calls him the dead, saying it's unlucky to even mention him. Her brother chuckles at how merciless she is. She calls him a scumbag. And right on cue, the scumbag himself walks in. He overheard everything and tries to scold her for making a scene. She delivers a savage comeback, asking if he wants to be on the neighborhood watch. He is absolutely floored. The burn was just too good. The brother quickly tries to change the subject before things escalate. After the meeting, Sunan heads to the restroom. But of course, her stalker ex-husband follows her. He grabs her arm, demanding they talk. She stops dead in her tracks, completely fed up. "Talk? Who are you to talk to me?" she asks, her voice dripping with ice. She tells him he's not even worthy of carrying her shoes now. Ouch. He begs her not to be angry like a pathetic child. He has the audacity to talk about endless devotion between a husband and wife. She violently shakes his hand off. "Endless devotion? You mean to your mistress?" She spits back. She calls him a disgusting hypocrite, leaving him speechless. Just then, his sister Fu Ying runs up. She grabs our girl, begging her to come to the hospital. Sunan is not amused. "If you're sick, go get treatment yourself." But the sister reveals Kyo Wan-ru, the mistress, was in a car accident, and she needs a blood transfusion. The ex looks completely torn. A wicked little smile plays on our girl's lips. "This is getting interesting." "Lead the way," she says, shocking them both. After all, she has a few things she'd like to say to Kyo Wan-ru. The preview shows the mistress trying to play the victim, a very bad idea. And right on cue, the mistress is scheming with a doctor at the hospital. She wants to make sure the paparazzi gets a nice, romantic shot of her and Fu Chun, but her main goal, to frustrate our girl Sunan, even offering to double the doctor's pay for it. The sleazy doctor assures her the arrangements will be perfect and smooth, but their little plot is interrupted when the door slams open with a loud BAM. The doctor gives a little wink. Showtime. Fu Chun rushes in, all worried, asking if Wan-ru is okay. His sister follows, yelling that she brought Sunan for a blood transfusion. She looks extremely impatient, clearly annoyed to be there. And then our girl Sunan makes her grand entrance, looking absolutely flawless. Wan-ru glares daggers at her from the hospital bed. Sunan just looks down on her, completely unimpressed. Fu Chun immediately asks what happened to his precious little damsel. The doctor explains MS. Kaio supposedly fractured her thigh and needed a lot of blood. Our girl can't help but smirk. She's not buying this pathetic act for a second. Wenru then fakes a weak voice, thanking Sunan for donating blood despite their past. She even promises to have Yichuan thank her properly. The nerve. But our heroine has had enough of this circus. Still pretending? She yells. She storms forward and grabs the liar right by her pajamas. Didn't you say your thigh was fractured? Why was there no reaction at all? Wanru is speechless, her whole plan crumbling. With a mighty heave, Sunan rips the blanket clean off the bed. Wenru's eyes widen in absolute terror. And there it is for everyone to see. Her leg is perfectly fine. Not a scratch, not a bruise, totally intact. Sunan smirks triumphantly. The car accident was just a ploy to kill her, and this was all a pathetic act for sympathy. Wanru is completely exposed and can barely stutter out a response. Of course, the sister jumps in, asking why Sunan is so vicious. Our girl hits her with a savage side-eye. "I'm too lazy to argue with a fool," she says, an absolute icon. She holds the fraud down, not letting her escape. Then she calls out, "Come in," and you'll never guess who walks in, the police. They have evidence that Kaio paid for a murder attempt on the room goes silent in shock as they move to arrest her. Wanru starts panicking, begging Yichuan for help. The officers grab her as she desperately screams for him. Our girl just watches as the officer asks Fu Yichuan if he intends to cover for a murderer. His face is a mask of cold fury. He turns to Wanru, his eyes piercing. "Did you hurt Sunan or not?" he asks. Her guilty expression says it all. She stammers, unable to form a coherent lie. "I understand," he says, his voice devoid of all warmth. She keeps crying his name as he turns his back on her for good. Even his sister can't stop him. As she's being dragged away, our girl delivers one last savage blow. And just like that, the news explodes online with the scandal. The comments are on fire, calling Wanru a shameless mistress. Everyone is cheering for our gorgeous, rich goddess Sunan to inherit her family's fortune. Later in her car, Sunan is annoyed by the drama. She could care less about that dog man and his problems. But our queen isn't done yet. She makes a call to her team. "Arrange a few hot searches," she commands. The first one must be Fu Yichuan and Kaio Wanru, that cheating couple, go to hell. Next stop, the Julie Group, another company that's been bothering her. She's going to make them suffer. Our girl arrives at the office building looking like the CEO she is. She strides in with an aura of pure power. But of course, her trash ex-husband is there waiting for her. "Sunan, shall we talk?" She doesn't even break her stride. "I'm not free, get out of the way." Yichuan's cousin asks our girl to visit his brother's grave with him. She agrees, but her heart aches for his sadness. Suddenly, the door slams open with a furious clang. It's the old Fu family patriarch, and he is absolutely livid. He accuses Sunan of tanking his company's stock by 2 whole points. But our girl just sips her tea, calling it a little gift for the family. The old man sputters, screaming that it was a $300 million loss. She points right back, telling him to ask his other granddaughter about it. She warns him that this is just the beginning. Bankruptcy is coming. He leaves, trembling with pure rage and slamming the door behind him. Meanwhile, the old man is now yelling at Yichuan about how useless he is. The source of the problem, Fu Yingying, is crying on the floor like a child. Yichuan is on the phone, absolutely tearing into his sister for being a brainless idiot. She screams at him to shut up, but he's not having it. He threatens to disown her if Sunan doesn't accept her apology. The threat works, and she immediately starts begging, clinging to his leg. And so we get this pathetic apology scene. But our girl just watches from the window, completely indifferent to the crocodile tears. Later at the cemetery, Yichuan is with the other villainess, Kaio Wanru. He pours a drink for his deceased brother, Aheng. He tells her that once everything is settled, she can finally go back to her country. She plays the victim, wondering if her leaving will fix his relationship with Sunan. But our girl arrives just in time to scoff, calling her a murderer to her face. Sunan and her red-headed ally appear, bouquets in hand, ready for a confrontation. Yichuan demands to know why they are at his brother's grave. Kaio Wanru looks like she's seen a ghost. Sunan is absolutely savage, stating her brother would never have a murderer for a girlfriend. Her friend physically blocks Yichuan, separating him from the villainess. Yichuan looks on, completely stunned. Our girl turns the accusation on him. He's the one who bailed a killer out of jail. He took care of a murderer, not his brother's girlfriend. The truth is too much for Kaio Wanru, who makes a run for it. But she doesn't get far. Sunan corners her by her car. The villainess asks if she's here to laugh at her misery. "Oh, sweetie, it's so much worse than that." Our girl says she's not letting her get away with murder. Kaio Wanru trembles, asking what she wants. And bam, a glorious slap sends her reeling. Sunan tells her she should have died a long time ago. The villainess shrieks that Yichuan would have married her if Sunan was out of the picture. And right on cue, the man himself appears, calling Sunan's name. Our girl turns to face him, a defiant smirk playing on her lips. Is he here to rescue his precious murderer again? The drama explodes as Kyo Wanru clings to Ichuan's leg. She desperately begs him for help. Then she immediately starts blaming our girl Sunan for everything. But Ichuan is done, pushing her away without a second thought. He turns to Sunan, asking if she's okay. Our girl just scoffs, telling him to drop the nice guy act. This sends Wanru into a spiral of crocodile tears. She starts screaming that Sunan has everything and is trying to steal her man. But Sunan has had enough of this pathetic act. She coldly asks if Wanru is finally done pretending. She heads to her car, not to leave, but to end this once and for all. She grabs a folder from her bag 1608T, and then she drops the most savage line imaginable. Did I force you to hire a murderer to kill me? Bam, she throws the evidence all over the ground. Wanru's face freezes in pure horror. There it is, undeniable proof scattered for all to see. Yichuan picks up a photo, his expression turning to ice. Wanru frantically denies everything, but it's too late. She crawls to him, pathetically reminding him of his promises. Yichuan finally sees her for the snake she is. He realizes he's been protecting a monster this whole time. Meanwhile, our girl is on the phone, calm and collected. She tells him she's already called the police. Checkmate. She gets in her car, leaving the trash to take itself out. She drives away without a single glance back. Yichuan tells Wanru that taking care of her has cost him everything. He says he'll answer for his mistakes in the afterlife. He declares that from now on, she is on her own. The look of sheer panic on her face is priceless. He turns and walks away, leaving her a sobbing mess on the pavement. She screams his name, but he doesn't stop. She is utterly and completely alone. Later, our girl is out celebrating her freedom. She and her bestie toast to the good life, and to the fact that the green tea is finally going to prison. It's a massive relief for everyone. Her friend even offers to call some male escorts to party with. You go, girls. But of course, some rando has to ruin the mood. He tries to slide in with some cheesy compliments, but Sunan completely ignores him. The creep thinks he can teach her a lesson for Yichuan. He offers to buy her a drink, trying to act like a big shot. Our girl shuts him down flat. I don't drink wine. But he won't take no for an answer, trying to force the drink on her. He actually says, for my sake, have a drink. Oh, bad move, buddy. She snatches the glass and splashes it right in his stupid face. He's absolutely stunned. Our queen looks at him with pure disgust. For your sake, who are you? He gets enraged and raises his hand to hit her. But his hand is stopped midair because guess who just showed up? Yichuan sends the creep flying with a single brutal kick. He rushes to Sunan's side, asking if she's all right, but she just shoves him away. She's not a damsel in distress. She walks over and gives the guy another kick for good measure. She leans down with a terrifyingly sweet smile and promises the divorced woman he looks down on will bankrupt his entire family. As she turns to leave, Yichuan asks if they can at least be friends. Our girl doesn't even grace him with a full glance. She delivers the final soul-crushing blow. Belated affection is more worthless than grass. Absolute savage. Our girl elegantly steps over the bodies of the men she just took down. She walks past the chaos with a triumphant smile on her face. With a final smirk, she takes her rightful place on the throne. This is a new era and our queen is finally in charge. Or at least that's what she's dreaming about. Suddenly, her brother Kai bursts into her room, asking if she's busy. Our girl is startled awake, clutching her pillow for dear life. He sits down, asking her to be his companion for a charity gala. She's not exactly thrilled by the offer, but then he dangles the ultimate bait, a 10-carat diamond necklace. And just like that, it's a deal. A girl's gotta have priorities. They soon arrive at the gala, looking like an absolute power couple. The cameras flash as everyone gossips about the famous movie King and President Sue. As they sit, he asks if she wants the jade piece that's up for auction. But their chat is interrupted by this walking red flag, her ex. He actually has the nerve to look happy to see her. Our girl hits him with an icy glare. Not coincidental, very unlucky, she says. Savage. He scurries off, whining to his friend about how she's a big shot now. His friend wisely tells him to just stop talking. Just as they get a moment of peace, a new challenger appears. The woman tries to flirt, but Kai just bluntly asks, who are you? She introduces herself as Zhang Yu, some big shot tycoon's daughter. But neither of them has a single clue who she is. The second-hand embarrassment is real. Furious at being ignored, she points at our girl. Why are you sitting with my brother Kai? Kai immediately tells her to have some respect. She stammers, totally shocked by his cold rejection. Thankfully, the auction starts, saving her from making an even bigger fool of herself. And what's the first item? The very diamond necklace he promised our girl. Kai immediately starts the bidding at 1 million. But the thirsty girl, Zhang Yu, just has to compete, raising it to 2 million. Kai fires back with 2.5 million. So this psycho jumps the bid all the way to 10 million. Our girl is unimpressed, thinking this woman isn't very smart. She whispers to Kai to just let her have it. He immediately agrees, completely whipped for his sister. Zhang Yu seethes with jealousy as she wins the overpriced necklace. Our girl is bored and ready to leave, but Zhang Yu slams the table in a rage. She storms over, demanding to know what they're doing. Then she drops the Delulu bomb, "I'm the one who's going to marry Brother Kai." The crazy woman lunges straight for our heroine. She lands a shocking slap right across Sunan's face. Oh, but our girl does not take disrespect. She immediately stands up and returns the favor with a slap so hard it echoes through the hall. "If you are sick, get treatment," she says coldly, absolute queen behavior. Zhang Yu is stunned, demanding to know who she thinks she is. Our girl leans in, "I'm Sunan, the sole heir of the Su family." Our girl is not having it with this handsy woman. This new girl starts screaming, name-dropping her powerful consortium. But suddenly a handsome stranger blocks her path. He grabs her wrist, telling her that's enough. She dares to ask him what he's doing. He coldly tells her to let go, calling her disgusting. The crazy lady turns on our heroine, demanding to know who she is. She even accuses the man of being our girl's pet boy. The nerve of this woman is just off the charts. Another man tries to intervene, but our girl has reached her limit. With a savage slap, she puts the woman in her place. "Are you done?" she asks, not a hint of fear in her eyes. She gets right in her face, her expression absolutely lethal. It's time for the big reveal. She's Sunan, heir to the Su family. And her family's fortune could buy this woman's little company 10 times over. The woman is in absolute shock, refusing to believe it. The crowd starts whispering. They know the Su family is a powerhouse. The reality of her colossal mistake starts to sink in. Our girl just smiles, telling her that her rich girl act is officially over. She gives her a little pat like she's dismissing a child. The woman is completely terrified now. "What are you going to do?" The man who defended her earlier, Sukai, tells her to calm down. The woman looks at him, completely bewildered. He just gives her a sweet, innocent smile. Then he drops the bomb, "I'm Sunan's brother." His smile turns menacing as he bids her a final goodbye. He and our girl walk away, leaving a trail of chaos behind them. But her brother isn't done. He turns to our girl's ex-husband, President Fu. He throws some serious shade about popularity and influence. He even calls him out for not controlling his own people. Our girl lands the final blow, reminding her ex he's a lousy person. They leave together, a powerful duo, leaving the losers in the dust. Later, at a business meeting, President Lin has some juicy gossip. He casually mentions that the crazy ladies consortium is in big trouble. Our girl plays it cool, saying it's just business. Lin just laughs, clearly impressed by her ruthlessness. He then pivots, asking President Fu about their new project. They're ready to announce a groundbreaking new technology. He claims it's an invention that will change mankind. But just then, an employee bursts in with terrible news. Everyone is stunned into silence. It turns out the Su family in another city has released a nearly identical product. Someone has leaked their top-secret project. Our girl immediately takes charge. She looks at her partners, her face set like stone. She swears she didn't leak anything and says there must be a mole. President Fu wants to launch an investigation immediately. President Lin decides he'll go handle the situation himself. But this gives the ex-husband an idea, a chance to get close to her again. He quickly stands up, volunteering to go with Sunan. She shuts him down with a cold, "I'd rather not." But he insists, saying it's their shared interest and she needs his help. President Lin agrees, saying they should go together. Our girl hesitates but finally relents. "All right." President Fu looks relieved, but our girl is all business. She shoves the files at him, telling him not to hold her back. He looks at her with such intensity, promising he won't let her down again. Professor Meng proudly presents his brand new intelligent AI chip. But our girl storms in with her ex-husband, shouting for him to wait. She immediately calls him out, asking when her lab's research became his. Our queen snatches the microphone right out of his hands. With ice in her veins, she demands an explanation from the thief. He scoffs, calling her a little girl who knows nothing about research. Then he has the audacity to call for security to throw her out. Even the ex-husband, a total trash fire, tells her to get lost. Some goon tries to block her, threatening to sue her for causing trouble. The professor points a shaky finger, absolutely fuming. But our girl just smirks. "You can't sue for something you already stole, idiot." Suddenly, a new player enters the game, her slimy cousin. He claims that everything belonging to the Su family belongs to all of them, and then he calls her hot-tempered. The nerve of this man, the ex is totally lost. Who is this greasy-haired dude? Our heroine lays it all out. It's her second uncle, a plagiarist and a traitor. He just sneers, saying it's time for her to lose her position as president. The uncle claims in research it's just first come, first served. Even the ex knows that's total garbage and tells him to stop. She is not having it. She doesn't want arguments, she wants proof. She throws down the gauntlet. In 3 days right here, they will argue face to face and the whole world will watch. Her uncle raises the stakes, making her position as president the prize. If she can't prove it, she's out, the ultimate gamble. Our girl is shocked by his shamelessness. The ex-husband calls her impulsive, warning her that everything is on the line. He offers to help her, clearly worried she's in over her head. But she shuts him down flat, no need. Later that night, she's on the phone, telling someone she's found a helper. She opens the door to find a handsome, bespectacled man. It's Shang Kaiyan and he's been waiting for her call. Our girl's whole face lights up, it's really him. And he's come prepared with all the information she'll ever need. She quickly invites him in to go over the plan. She's so grateful, telling him he's always so timely. He looks at her so gently, "I'll always be here whenever you need me." Then he throws some major shade, saying it won't be like her miserable marriage. He immediately gets to work, already spotting an issue in the accounts. There's a delayed entry that looks incredibly suspicious. She takes a look at the documents, her eyes narrowing. A slow, wicked smile spreads across her face. She knows what this is. Bingo, her second uncle has been embezzling money and she's got the proof. He teases her for being a workaholic, saying he meant to give her a break. But the stress is too much and our poor heroine passes out at the table. He sighs softly, knowing she can't sleep like this. So like the prince he is, he gently picks her up. He carries her bridal style into the bedroom. My heart is melting. After tucking her in, he wishes her a good night. But as he leaves her room, he's confronted by the jealous ex-husband. The ex demands to know what their relationship is. Shang Kaiyan just coolly pushes up his glasses, completely unbothered. He smiles, delivering the final blow. "She's asleep, you can only come tomorrow." As our girl heads into the press conference, a hand stops her. It's her obsessive ex-husband, Fu Yechuan. He looks wrecked, demanding to know what's going on. He claims he saw Shang Kaiyan leaving her room late last night. Our girl gives him an absolutely glacial stare. "I don't have to report my itinerary to you," she says, dripping with ice. He desperately asks for an explanation. She hits him with a hard "no, I don't," absolute savage. Just then, the slimy Professor Meng slithers in. He sneers, asking why our girl looks so guilty. Sunan just smirks back, completely unbothered. "I'm not with him," she says coolly. She adds that she can deal with data thieves all by herself. Leaving the two losers behind, she waits for her ride. And who pulls up but the handsome Shang Kaiyan himself? He offers to drive her and our girl happily agrees. But of course, the ex can't let it be. He storms over, declaring this a business matter for insiders only. Shang Kaiyan smoothly replies that he's just President Su's driver today. He hits the ex with a smug little smile, asking, "Doesn't she deserve a driver?" Sunan lands the final blow, reminding Fu that to him she was just a blood bag. She gets in the car and slams the door in his face. Fu Yechuan is left standing there, absolutely seething. He's completely stunned, his face a mask of regret. He realizes he has to clear up this massive misunderstanding. A little late for that, pal. Meanwhile, in the lounge, the news is all about Meng's plagiarism scandal. Our girl sips her tea, watching the clown play the victim on TV. Shang Kaiyan pours her a cup, calling the professor a clown. Sunan just smiles wickedly. Let's see if he's still laughing in a few minutes. The press conference begins, and a reporter immediately asks what she thinks of the scandal. They ask if her company is responsible for copying the design. Sunan grabs the mic, ready to drop a nuke. She announces that her City S branch did engage in unfair competition. And then the ultimate power move. She's already submitted a bankruptcy report for the entire branch. The room erupts in chaos. One of the old fools stands up, demanding proof. Our heroine rises to the occasion. She reveals Meng Kang's so-called chip was a premature failure. And now she'd like to introduce the real genius behind the research. It's Shang Kaiyan, a gold medal-winning scientist. She explains that the thieving Professor Meng was his former colleague. Shang Kaiyan takes the mic and reveals he has surveillance video of Meng stealing the data. He's already called the police. Checkmate. The crowd goes wild and Meng looks like he's about to have a heart attack. The press swarms the fraud, who can only stammer that he deleted the video. But it's too late. The police are here. They cuff the professor for economic crimes. Sunan turns to her disgusting second uncle with a victorious smirk. She tells him to worry about his own embezzlement charges. He grits his teeth, screaming her name as he's dragged away. Even her ex's friends are impressed. They call her a ruthless little fox. Fu Yechuan can only agree. He thinks to himself, she's awesome. Yes, she is, and you lost her. The uncle breaks free, lunging at her and screaming that he'll kill her. But Shang Kaiyan instantly steps in front of her, blocking the attack. The police tackle the old man to the ground. Our girl looks down on him coldly, telling him he lacks the ability to make good on his threats. Later, she playfully asks Shang if they are still playing the roles of pretty boy and rich sister. He smiles softly, replying that as long as she likes it, he can do anything. He warns her that there's been a commotion and she'll have trouble. But our girl is a chaos queen, that's exactly what she wants. He unlocks the car, suggesting they grab a bite to eat. Suddenly, a wild ex-husband appears to block their path. It's President Fu asking why she won't just take his car. His little sidekick chimes in about a meeting they supposedly have. But her new man, Shang Kaiyan, is unbothered, just telling her to eat well. Our girl turns to face her ex with ice in her veins. She leans in, completely taking charge of the situation. She tells him she's not going to his stupid meeting. And if anyone has a problem, they can come directly to her. The absolute power move, she turns back to Shang Kaiyan ready to go. He gives her the sweetest, most supportive smile. And with a simple "let's go," they're off. They drive away, leaving the two clowns in the dust. But of course, the ex can't take a hint and tells his driver to follow them. At the restaurant, Shanghaian serves her some soup. Our girl is blushing as he gets close, promising to do anything she likes. But their cute moment is interrupted by the stalker duo. They just walk right up to their table. The ex pulls up a chair like he was invited. He has the audacity to ask if they can join, already sitting down. He then judges the simple food, and our girl absolutely snaps. She tells him it's none of his business. She is so done with this man's entitlement. She stands up, ready to leave this disaster of a date. But as the ex calls her name, Shanghaian drops a savage comeback. He says the only thing that matters is that Nan likes the food. Mic drops, they leave the ex and his friend stewing in their own failure. President Fu is fuming, and his friend points out the obvious. He's never actually tried to win a girl over before. The friend suggests he should stop being an annoying pest. And maybe, just maybe, try to find out what she actually likes. The ex-husband actually seems to be thinking about it. Wow, a single thought is forming in that empty head of his. A few days later, a mysterious VIP invitation arrives. Our girl is stunned. It's an invitation to the World Business Conference. Her secretary reveals it's an apology gift from President Fu. She can't help but smirk. He's certainly pulling out the big guns now. But in the shadows, a new threat emerges, vowing that it's not over between him and Su Nan. I have analyzed the provided images and have determined that they are advertisements. As per the critical rule to discard all ads, no content can be generated for this request. A car speeds down the highway at night. In the backseat, our girl Su Nan listens to her assistant. He asks if giving up the land was a loss. She scoffs, explaining it was a fair trade to enter a new market. As they approach the airport, her assistant confirms he'll arrange her schedule. He offers to check her in while she waits in the lounge. But as she walks away, a shadowy figure watches her from the crowd. In the VIP lounge, Su Nan relaxes with her music. Suddenly, a hand clamps over her mouth from behind. It's a cloth soaked in anesthesia, and she realizes it too late. Her strength fades and she passes out cold. The kidnapper immediately drags her limp body away. Just then, her assistant returns and sees everything. He screams, "Let go of her." The kidnapper turns, pulling a knife on our girl. He demands 100 million or she dies. The assistant is frantic, screaming for security. A splash of cold water wakes Su Nan up. She's tied to a chair in a dusty warehouse. She groggily asks who's there. A familiar, hateful face appears, Sui Nyan. He cackles, grabbing her by the hair. He blames her for ruining his life. But our girl is a savage. She spits that it was his own fault for embezzling. Enraged, he threatens her again, holding a knife to her throat. He doesn't believe her warning that all her shares will be donated if she dies. He raises his hand to strike her. Suddenly, the doors fly open. President Fu is here. The kidnapper panics and screams for them not to come closer. He holds the knife tighter against our girl's throat. President Fu demands to know his price. His friend warns the man that the police have the place surrounded. But Sui Nyan is completely unhinged, screaming he has nothing left to lose. Outside, the police are ready. Su Nan's uncle is panicking, but President Fu calms him down. He says he'll go in alone. He was a soldier, he can handle this. Ignoring the protests, he tells them not to worry. President Fu unbuttons his jacket, his expression firm. He takes off the suit coat, ready for a fight. He's going to save Su Nan, no matter the cost. The kidnapper smirks, telling our girl that her rescuers aren't doing so well. But she's not broken yet, firing back that it's better than going to jail. He completely loses it, screaming at her to shut up. Then the scumbag kicks her right in the stomach. He rages that this is all her fault. She struggles on the cold, hard floor. He laughs cruelly, mocking her for looking like a drowned dog. He yanks her up, demanding that she beg him for her life. But our girl is defiant to the end. "Get lost," she spits. Her courage only makes him angrier. He snarls that she doesn't know what's good for her. Meanwhile, the cavalry is on its way. The police are en route. President Fu isn't taking any chances and calls in the air rescue team. Back in the warehouse, the creep grabs a handful of her hair. He taunts her, asking if she's sad her family didn't come to save her. She savagely claps back that he's the pathetic one who won't see a dime. He sneers that it's not up to her to decide. Then he drops a terrifying bombshell. He poured gasoline everywhere, but our girl doesn't even flinch. She tells him her family isn't that stupid. And then she lands a solid kick right where it hurts the most. He stumbles back in agony, screaming. Suddenly, the door bursts open. President Fu has arrived. He roars for the kidnapper to let Su Nan go. The villain just smiles, recognizing the famous President Fu. He pulls out a menacing knife, asking if he wants to play the hero. President Fu cuts straight to the chase, demanding his conditions. The kidnapper is loving every second of this power trip. While he's distracted, Su Nan secretly works on her ropes. He names his price, a staggering 500 million. Su Nan yells for Fu Yichuan not to listen, that it's a trap. The villain realizes what she's doing, and in a flash, he slashes her arm with the knife. President Fu screams her name as blood starts to pour. The psycho threatens to kill her if anyone takes another step. He tells her this is punishment for being so annoying. With a knife to her throat, President Fu has no choice but to agree. The villain grins, wanting to see the money transferred immediately. As he's distracted, our girl frantically keeps trying to free herself. She knows she has to hurry before Fu Yichuan falls for the trap. President Fu confirms the transfer is ready to go. The kidnapper laughs, impressed by his speed. He holds out his phone with the bank information. Fu Yichuan takes the phone, his eyes burning with pure rage. The villain smugly says he isn't playing any dirty tricks. And in that instant, President Fu unleashes a brutal punch to his face. The guy is completely stunned, not expecting the attack. Fu Yichuan follows up with a savage kick, sending him to the floor. He then stomps down hard on the villain's hand. The creep screams in agony as his bones crunch. "I'll settle this with you later," Fu Yichuan growls. He immediately rushes to Sunan, asking if she's okay. He's absolutely livid, swearing he won't spare this man. But in the background, the villain is getting up, and he's pulled out a lighter. "This is bad. You're forcing me to do this," he screams. Sunan just manages to thank Fu Yichuan for saving her. He tells her they need to get out of there and fast. But it's too late. The entire warehouse erupts in a fiery explosion. They both stare in absolute shock at the wall of flames. The villain stands in the fire, laughing like a complete maniac. "You think you can leave? Sunan, go to hell." He charges through the inferno, knife raised for the final attack. Our girl can only watch in horror as he closes in. Just as the kidnapper swings, Fu Yichuan shouts a warning. He leaps in front of Sunan, taking the full force of the blow. He stumbles, falling right into her arms. He weakly apologizes, promising to protect her now. But our girl is in no mood for confessions, telling him to save it for later. The kidnapper laughs maniacally, vowing they'll all die in the fire together. Fu Yichuan collapses against her, his body going limp. Our girl's eyes narrow with absolute fury. She tells him to stay put, she's about to handle this. The villain is just standing there, gloating in the middle of the inferno. Sunan calls him out by name, Suinayan. She roasts him for being a disgrace to their family. He flinches, but she's just getting started. She lands a savage kick right to his gut. She calls him out for embezzling company funds. He doubles over, coughing from the smoke and the pain. She lands another brutal kick to his jaw. This is for kidnapping her and trying to kill her. Our girl goes full savage mode, telling him he's a waste of air. He's left choking on the floor. He spits curses, promising she'll die a horrible death. Our girl just smirks, completely unbothered. She calmly picks up a nearby bot. With a terrifying look, she raises it high. She tells him before she dies, she's sending him to hell first. The bottle smashes over his head with a sickening crunch. She turns her back on the mess and walks through the flames. She tells Fu Yichuan it's time to go. He's weak, telling her to leave him and save herself. Suddenly, a massive explosion rocks the warehouse. The fire spreads, cutting off their paths. She grits her teeth, determined to get them both out. He grabs her hand, saying he can't owe her any more favors. He confesses he was sorry and just wants her to live. He asks for her forgiveness before he dies. She cuts him off, telling him to stop talking nonsense. They can settle their scores after they escape. She tries to drag him, but he warns her they'll both die. The structure above them begins to crack and groan. She looks up in alarm as a flaming beam starts to fall. He shoves her away with all his remaining strength. The beam crashes down and she screams his name. She can only watch in horror as he's knocked unconscious. The smoke is overwhelming and she starts coughing violently. Her breathing becomes difficult as she starts to lose consciousness. Just then, sirens blare outside as firefighters arrive. They rush in, ready to rescue anyone trapped inside. A man's voice cries out her name. A new figure emerges from the smoke, covering her with his jacket. He sweeps her up into his arms, carrying her out of the fire. As he carries her away, he tells the firefighters there's still someone else inside. Our girl is completely out of it, limp in his arms. Her mind flashes back 4 years ago. A peaceful day at a church is shattered by gunfire. Masked men storm the building, shouting to kill everyone. Our girl hides, terrified, as the chaos erupts around her. She thinks she's going to die. A gunman spots her, kicking her to the ground. He sneers, "Found you, little beauty." But before he can do anything, a figure appears out of nowhere. A man shields her with his own body. She looks up, stunned, a single tear rolling down her cheek. He looks down at her, his expression calm as he asks, "Miss, are you okay?" Our girl thinks back on how she first met Fu Yichuan. He saved her like a hero, but their marriage was a total disaster. Now, history is repeating itself as he screams her name in the middle of a fire. He came to save her again, and she doesn't know how to feel. In a panic, he screams for an ambulance. He carries her out of the inferno like a true male lead. They're rushed straight to the hospital. In his room, she gently touches his bandaged face. He took a nasty hit to the head to save her, but their moment is ruined by the arrival of the in-laws from hell. His sister immediately starts screeching, blaming Sunan for everything. The mother-in-law is even worse, scheming to use this to enslave our girl for life. The two of them are positively gleeful about this life-saving favor. And then Grandpa Fu shows up, loving every second of their evil plan. He strokes his chin, hatching an even more sinister plot. He wants Su Nan to remarry Yi Chuan and hand over her entire family's fortune as a dowry. The women are absolutely thrilled by this idea. They're already drooling over becoming the richest family in the country. But wait, someone's awake. Yi Chuan weakly opens his eyes. He can only cough as his vultures of a family continue to plot. They are so lost in their greed they don't even see him. He coughs again, trying to get their attention, but it's useless. Finally, he manages to speak. It's my choice, so just stay out of it. But of course, his family completely ignores him. The grandpa hears Su Nan is in the next room and decides to pay her a visit. The whole toxic crew marches out, ready to confront our girl. Yi Chuan is horrified and orders his assistant to stop them. He struggles to get up, desperate to prevent the impending chaos. Meanwhile, in Su Nan's VIP ward, things are much calmer. Her brother is carefully feeding her soup. He's being so dramatic, saying he wishes he was the one who got hurt. He goes on a rampage, vowing to fold their second uncle into a smartphone. The rage is real and frankly a little chaotic. Dad has had enough and bonks him right on the head. Our girl quickly defends him, saying he's just worried. The dad relents, saying he'll forgive him for Nan's sake. A doctor enters with an update. Her lungs are infected from the smoke, but she'll be okay. Her brother is relieved and comforts her, telling her it's all over. She puts on a brave smile, but then she pauses, a worried look on her face. She just has to ask, but Fu Yi Chuan, how is he? Oh girl, you did not just say that. Her brother explodes. But the other brother chimes in, saying Yi Chuan risked his life for her. The dramatic brother isn't having it. Don't be confused, Nan. But our queen shuts them both down. Don't argue, I'll take care of it myself. They decide to leave her to rest. The door closes, leaving her alone with her thoughts. She can't believe she owes her ex-husband such a huge favor. Suddenly, bam. She looks up, startled, as the door is thrown open. And who storms in but the entire Fu clan looking for blood? The old man gets right to it, demanding an explanation for his grandson's injuries. Our girl looks at him completely unfazed. Explain? What does old Master Fu want me to explain? The absolute savage.